Okay. All right. So for everybody who's gonna watch the playback of this live, shout out to you guys for being here. My name is Shay. Do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We are about to turn the air conditioner off,
I already
so you
did.
guys can hear me. Oh,
I
you
have
did
to
already?
shut him off. Yeah.
Okay. Um. So yeah. So I just wanted to. First of all, hold on, husband. Pause. You know, we're gonna wait for a few more people to get in here.
Oh boy.
No, no, it's nothing bad. I'm just
Oh.
proud of myself because I said I was gonna do this, and I've been doing it. How's everybody's week going so far?
How was your weekend? Better question.
What is today?
Tuesday.
Oh, weekend.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, thus far. Okay. So we're gonna wait for some more people to come in here. I wonder if Miss Vicky, you still on here? I've been meaning to text you for like the last 4 days, and I've been so busy that every time I say, okay, I'm gonna text her, I would start doing something else. So, hi, Tyrion. Wow, Tyrion. Hi, darling. Hi, Franny. Yeah, Miss Vicky, I was gonna text you about, the process, but I'll text you. Um, I'm excited about what you got going on. Um, hi, everybody. So, what I was gonna say is, husband.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. What I was gonna say is, remember when we were on live? Were we on live or were we making a video?
I don't know
When I
about
said,
what.
I'm sorry. When I said I was gonna start posting more.
Both.
Okay. I've been posting more.
Yes, you have.
I have been creating content more. I have been sticking to my guns. No, not guns. I've been sticking to my word.
There you go.
I have been allowing you guys on the channel to hold me accountable to what I said I was going to do.
Very
And I've been
good.
doing it.
And you know what?
Boom!
You have, and I'm quite impressed because you bring it up from time to time, and you'll say something about it, and
I'll say something about what?
like, oh, I should make a video about this, or oh, so yeah.
And I have been.
I'm quite proud.
So I've been going consistently, and make no mistake, the more consistent I've been, the more that I've been dealing with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, it is what I know. It's the more I've been struggling with, the more attacks. But it is what it is. I just gotta take my own advice and suck it up, and just is what it is, right?
Is what
So
it is.
shout out to me, shout out to y'all
Yeah.
for holding me accountable. Even y'all don't have to say a word, but just knowing that, you guys show up every single time I go live, or every single time I watch I post a video. I owe y'all that. And most importantly, I owe God his obedience. So, yeah. So, you had a topic in the car. We'll get into that, I guess, when a few more people get on here. So, how was y'all week? That's what I want to know. How is everybody's week thus far? Like from the weekend on to now. How was everybody's week and weekend?
I
Mine
know
was
it's hot. If you guys are down south, any of you down south, I know you're frying right now because it's hot up here.
Franny's down south.
This is the type of hot that just makes you miserable. I couldn't imagine being pregnant.
But you know what? I'm not miserable this pregnancy, being outside. Like, I'm miserable being in the house with my kids. If I'm just being honest. Like, they drive me nuts. I'd rather just go outside. And I'd rather be running around. But when we're in the house, they act a complete...
Well,
You know what I mean? Like, they just
I don't know.
do the most.
You're just being rambunctious kids.
Wait, Miss Vicky, you in Mississippi? No. Miss Vicky is in Promise. Hi, Promise. Okay, Promise says, I feel spiritually drained.
Well, you came to the right place.
You definitely came to
So
the right
let it
place
rip.
because, sweet girl, I have too, if I'm being honest. Indianapolis. Is that the same thing?
Yeah. Well, no, it's like Buffalo, New York.
Which one is Buffalo? Indiana?
Yeah.
Indiana. Oh, okay. Okay. Wow, yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I
It
know
gets
was
hot there too, though. In the Midwest,
It does.
man, it gets brutal.
And it's like dry heat.
Yeah.
But when you get to Atlanta and like down south is like wet heat.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's a whole different type of heat.
It is.
It's like heat that grabs you.
yeah, it's
lets
like,
you know that it's there.
yeah, it takes advantage of your whole being.
Yeah.
Indianapolis, Indiana. You had it wrong.
Uh-uh. I know I didn't. I said that right. I said Indiana's like the New York, and Indianapolis is like Buffalo.
That's not what he said, is it? But
Yes,
okay.
it is.
And the Kentucky Derby. Miss Vicky is laughing. No, I know for a fact he said it wrong. But okay.
I'll rewind this as soon as we get off of here, and I'll show you.
look.
See, this is what she does. Man, we'll bet
$5.
No, we ain't betting that no money.
Oh, what we gonna bet?
That's betting ain't never good. But we'll bet. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
I can bet $5 of our own money.
No, I mean,
I would give you $5 if I was wrong.
you shouldn't gamble at all.
Well, that's not gambling, is it?
That's gambling.
I had no idea. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Like if it's a husband and a wife.
I mean, gambling is gambling.
Yeah, right.
Like, let's
Gambling
say
is
you had,
going to the casino.
Listen, let's say you had a gambling problem.
I
And
don't.
just the word bet in itself sets it off.
Oh, okay. So I should be mindful. See, that's never been like a struggle of mine, so I don't know. Okay, my bad.
I have seen some real degenerates, and they will bet if they
Their
could.
house?
If they could, they would bet their life.
Their kids. Oh, Jesus.
Like,
yeah,
it's-
see,
what people don't understand is there are addictions outside of
the sexual ones.
chemical addictions, and gambling holds sexual addiction's hand. They're cousins.
Gambling and sexual addiction?
They're cousins. Yes.
Okay.
Like there's nothing that
They go
you're getting
hand in
a
hand?
rush. It's the rush you're getting. You're not put the money away, put all that away. It's the rush. It's that down to the last second, don't know, everything rides on this. Boom, I win. It's
Or
life is
boom.
amazing. But even in the loss, it's the rush.
They get off on it? Like,
It's
they
yes.
it feels like drugs to them?
Yes.
It's the same, it's setting
It's-
off the same chemical in your brain.
Yeah, they like
Endocrine
they're cousins. They hold hands. Like
Endorphins.
yeah,
That's it.
it's right on the same level.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I'm learning something new. Never knew that. I never knew it was that deep. Like, you know, you hear gambling addictions, whatever, but I've never experienced that up close.
Yep.
Like, I knew that was something. I just never. That's not true either.
What?
Because my dad plays
Oh,
lotto.
you're dead. Listen, I see a lot of the black community. They will, same person will go to a corner store
Yep.
twice a day for numbers.
For midday and evening.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, wow.
And bet, like, they know they don't have the, and you know who else? Old white people.
Yeah.
And they will stand in line and spend $50 a day.
But no, it's more than that. Because you know what? I used to work at Buffalo Pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to work in the, like, convenience store part. And it was this man that came in every single day. And he would get his midday and his evening. I used to hate to see him coming. It was a long list, right? And his total would be $100 every time.
That's crazy.
And he'd come in twice, like, you know, once,
Yeah.
for both.
Yep.
$100.
And what they don't realize is,
I'm a hit one day.
yeah, every single time they're spending that money, if they would have saved it, it would be the same amount as when they win,
Exactly.
if not more.
You might hit for 5,000.
Yeah.
but you spent 10
Right.
to get the 5.
Right.
Like,
It makes no sense.
so it's not even about like it's about that thing in your
It's the rush.
Yeah, those
It's the
chemicals
rush
in your
of waiting
brain.
for the numbers, checking the numbers. Did my number hit? Yeah, hey, you know what the number was today? Like, it's that rush.
Yeah, I never knew that it was that deep though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
I've seen people.
I don't do casinos and stuff. You know.
I've seen people
no.
gamble
I've never been
away
like that. Like,
their kids' cars. I've seen people gamble away their homes.
Oh, no.
You name it.
I believe
It's a mean.
I believe it.
It's a mean addiction to have.
Yeah.
And that now that gambling
get on this stuff?
states are opening up gambling and letting it become legal, and all these you see all these ads on TV. It's just creating another addiction for
Right.
people.
And you know what? I just want a disclaimer. Like, I am so sorry. I didn't even know or realize that addiction was, gambling was that serious. Because
Right.
it's never been that serious to me. So I apologize. And if you're struggling with playing lotto, playing numbers, scratch offs, what else they be doing? Casinos. Take it to the altar.
Yeah.
Talk to the Lord about it, because I didn't think that it was that serious. But if you could get addicted to, anything else, you could
People are
definitely get addicted
just flicking their thumb.
addicted to Instagram,
Just
addicted
flicking their
to
thumb.
scrolling.
Yeah.
It's
And
true.
again, that holds they're cousins.
Yep.
And that's why I brought it up and kind of wanted to get a little breakdown into it, is because a lot of people don't realize that.
It's the endorphins in our brains that say, "Ooh, scroll all day. Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, let me check my phone. Ooh, ooh."
It's literally
Same thing.
they literally have psychologists on staff that do this and have gotten our patterns down.
The Kentucky Derby. I went to Kentucky. It was so cool.
I went
Okay.
there too. It was horrid.
Really?
Yeah.
Um.
Bunch of hillbillies.
Okay. Miss Vicky says, my son's father gambled so bad he forged my signature so he could get money to gamble with.
Yeah, it's real.
I believe that.
That's minimal.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
That
Wow.
it's
Wow.
crazy.
Unbelievable. I believe that though.
So
What?
no, go ahead.
Hi, Red.
If you want to bring up the topic.
Oh, can we save that for last?
Yeah.
Husband, real quick, you had a topic and you said I'm not gonna forget it in the
It's
car.
a video topic, not a live topic.
Okay. All right. So, again, wellness check.
So I got a question to ask you.
What?
So, what does faith mean to you?
Why are you asking me that?
Just asking you.
Okay, so say it louder.
What does faith? Because you hear this word being kicked around all the time, and I was just thinking, you guys know that recently we took a hit in our business and we're rebuilding and we're doing some different stuff, and I was sitting outside and I was thinking, why am I doing this? What's the point? Like,
Faith.
I need to figure out why it is I'm even here, and it's because I have faith. And I said, how many people say that word and don't even realize what it really is?
Right. Okay, so faith, right? The thing I like about faith is that when God designed that word, of course he described it for us believers, right? However, there's this principle in life where if you believe in just yourself, if you believe in your craft, if you believe in your vision, if you believe in your dreams, your goals, people in the world can obtain faith. You get what I'm saying? If they just keep working at something consistently
Yep.
and getting better at it, that's faith.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Is.
So I feel like,
But I feel like that type of faith is the worst faith to have.
yeah, to have faith in yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because
I'm
it breeds
guilty of
pride. Yeah, it builds pride. It builds arrogance. And it breeds, like all the bad stuff. However, as believers, faith, it is literally all we have.
Yep.
That's it. Like,
So how can you have faith in
When-
something that you can't see? You can't touch.
Because sometimes you get in situations where you don't have a choice. There's been plenty of times where we didn't have a choice but to have faith. God put us in positions and situations where it's like, okay, God, if you don't get us out of this, we're just not going to get out of it. Like, and then every single time God showed up.
True.
And so without those times, like, you know, we be like, oh, you know, I'm really going through it. This is happening. This is happening. I still struggle with this. This is happening. This is happening. I'm stressed out. You know, I got so much on my plate. But without those times, will we really know who God is?
Right.
Without those times of distress, without those times of crying out, without those times of believing and having the faith, will we really know who God is?
True. No.
So, as for us, we keep getting put in situations where we have to have faith.
Yep.
This is how I know God's told me to start this channel. Because he's continuing to grow us.
What if you have faith and
Well,
nothing's
you just-
growing?
Huh?
What if you have faith and nothing's growing? Like you're doing everything you can, and you're like, God, what? I'm being faithful. I'm doing everything possible I can. Nothing is going on.
Oh, I felt like that this week. If I'm being honest, I felt like that this week where I'm like, okay, I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, you know, what's going on. But at some point, when the time is right, it'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
We could keep wanting and wanting and wanting for something. We could keep stressing and stressing and stressing about something. But if it's not in God's time, it's not going to happen. And you wouldn't even want it if it wasn't the right time. You could get it at the wrong time and you'll mess it up. You'll lose it.
Mm-hmm.
It'll flop. But if the time is right, it's smooth sailing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, you know, imagine if the woman with the issue of blood, she had her period for what, 12 years. Could you imagine? I could not imagine, like, 7 days, and I'm like, okay, this is
Right.
too much. I don't want to do this no more. Like, just shut it off, Lord.
Right.
But for 12 years, can you imagine after, 1 month? I'm like, I probably would have been like,
At the end of the week, I'm hearing you.
exactly. Let alone a month.
Right.
And then you hit 2 months. Then you're like, I'm losing a lot of blood here.
Right.
And then you hit 6 months, like, hold on now. Enough is enough. Then you hit a year, still bleeding. And you're like, hold on. What's up? Like, okay. 2, 3, 12. Imagine if she gave up at year 10.
Mm-hmm.
She would have never got healed. Imagine if she gave up at year 11. She would have never found Jesus and never got healed. Year 12, she could have killed herself
Right.
a month before she met Jesus.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
But she didn't give up. And the thing is, when you're going through something and you're really stressing out about something, you have to pray God's will. And remember we talked about that on one of our lives. I'm like, you got to pray God's will and to have God's will.
Yep.
And then Steve Harvey confirmed that this morning. And I said, oh my gosh, I need to, reiterate that. We have to start praying God's will for our life because we think, oh, I want to do this and this and this and this and this and this. You've seen this happen in my life.
Yep. She's good
For the
this.
last 9 years. I said, okay, I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this and this. And every single time, God was like, no, you're not.
Yep.
The door was shut in my face, and I would be so frustrated because I'm like, God, I can do this.
Actually, there's been times where the door hasn't even been shut in your face. It's been a situation where you feel convicted over something and just stop, period,
Yes.
because you're like, I know
That this is not what I'm
I
supposed to be
can't
doing.
do this.
Exactly. But all the time, in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, well, what am I supposed to be doing in the meantime?
Right.
God, I know that I'm supposed to get here. You tell me faith without works is dead. Okay. What am I supposed to be doing now in
Right.
this season while I wait?
Yeah.
And sometimes God is just saying, wait.
Yeah.
And that's hard for me. I'm like, I don't want to just wait.
Right.
Like, I want to be doing something. Like, and you seen how frustrated I would get. But if it's not for you, then it's not going to happen for you. If that is not for you, then the timing will never come. You get what I'm saying? So that's why it's important for us to start praying God's will. That's what I've been on lately. That's been my priority prayer. God's will. Because I don't want anything else that's not in his will
And
anymore.
so here's the second.
done
So
with that.
I figured that these are the two most important words as a Christian, and I'm bringing them up because you see them on people's T-shirts. You see them everywhere. It's everywhere.
What?
Faith. But the other word I feel is just as important as faith, and it's almost, faith is just a hair above it. Consistency. Nobody wants to talk about consistency.
Right. And you know what's crazy? Hi, Megan. You know what's crazy is I have been hearing more and more people doing podcasts and things like that, and they've been talking about consistency. And it's been giving me the little boost that I needed to stay consistent. I'm happy. I'm proud of these little 5 days that I've been posting back to back because that's something that I struggle with.
What is consistency to you? What does that word mean to you?
So consistency to me is every single day working at what you're supposed to be doing. Working at your task, your gift. You know what I mean?
And that means
building,
not
getting
being
stronger.
veered off.
Right.
That means not going.
No distractions.
Oh, I can take 5 minutes for Instagram.
Right.
Oh, I can. Not the only in a consistent battle. The only things you should really be stopping for is to be a consistent father. The only thing I need to be stopping to be a father at a time is to sit down and eat and then go to sleep. Other than that, I wake up every day consistently trying to be certain things. So to be consistent in your faith.
Absolutely. And you know what? A lot of I'm not even going to say us. A lot of people aren't blessed, the way that they could be if they stay consistent in their faith. Because one thing about me, let me tell y'all something. YouTube, I've been very inconsistent.
Yeah.
But one thing about my faith, I ain't turned my faith off since I got saved for real. Like 18 years old. I haven't turned my faith off since. My faith is what's got me here. So, if I just apply that same thing to just...
But a lot of people go, okay, well, as far as faith goes, okay, everything is going good for me. So I can set this faith down for a minute.
Oh, no, you can't.
And I think I can handle this on my own. I think I can do this on my own.
You know what's crazy?
And then want to run back and grab faith off the ground once things are starting to get a little bumpy.
You know what's crazy? It's very possible to do as a Christian. Like, we could get so comfortable in the fact, oh, I'm blessed.
Yep.
That you stop praying the way you should.
Right.
You stop, reading your word the way you should. You find every excuse. And then all of a sudden life happens. And you like, okay, hold up. Because God will put you in situations where it's like, you're not going to forget me.
Right.
You're not going to just put me down.
Right.
You're not going to just forget about me until you need me again.
Right.
And a lot of people put God down, set him on a shelf. Oh, everything's going good. And then when them trials and that tribulation come, you like, okay, let me pick God back up because this not working.
Right.
Oh, this done happened. Oh, I'm in tears. Let me pick God back up because you ain't been consistent.
And even when everything is great and things are going exactly how you prayed they would go and they're all smooth, if you set the consistency down for a minute, you could be doing even better than what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
There's even greater things past where you're at.
Right.
And you set the consistency down for a minute. And now, yes, it's good, but it could have been great.
Right.
So I feel like consistency always should be a ball running down a hill, an endless hill.
And 100%. And like you said, like when you're consistent in your faith, just speaking faith right now, when you're consistent in your faith and then those attacks come, because they're inevitable. We're going to have things that we go through. We're going to struggle through things, all of that. But when those attacks come, you'll know how to handle it.
Right.
You'll have peace. You won't be so torn up about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you won't be ready to just jump off the nearest building.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you'll be able to deal with it because you've been consistently in God's face. And when you consistently in his face, your confidence grows. You're like, okay, well, whatever happens, I'm good.
It's like
Okay, Lord, whatever is happening, you
it's
got
like
me.
a knight that's going off to battle.
Right.
And he doesn't just put his sword down and just let his sword just sit there and get dull. Mm-hmm. And then pick it up when it's time for battle, go out and fight the battle, come back, put the sword down. No, he works, he keeps that sword sharp.
Yes.
He polishes it every day.
Every day.
Every day he's at the grinder and sharpening the edge of that sword. So when the battle comes, he's prepared
You stay ready.
to go off and fight the battle. Mm-hmm. If he walked out there with a dull sword, he's not walking back home.
Yes.
He knows this. Mm-hmm. And that's the same thing.
Because it's always an enemy trying to
Always.
attack in the middle of the night.
It could be, you know, the small, and it doesn't have to be big, huge things.
No.
It could be small things, a little pebble in your life. Mm-hmm. That little pebble that's in your shoe that you just can't seem to get out.
That's me.
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day wearing sandals.
It could be that small.
Right. And, you know, yeah, so faith and consistency absolutely go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other.
I feel like
Is it really faith if you not consistent?
I feel like nobody wants to talk about the consistency part.
Yeah.
They just want to give you the bigger thing. Like there are big words, and within that big word, there's a 100 offshoots of smaller words that go with that big word. Mm-hmm. So if you don't tell yourself, okay, here's another question: how do you stay consistent?
Just living your life right. That's how I do it. It took me messing up enough to know that I didn't want to keep messing up. And what?
Go ahead, keep going.
Like, it took me messing up, and I didn't feel good when I was messing up. You know what I mean? The conviction was taking me to a whole nother level. I'm like, okay, I have to get my life together.
Yep.
Because again, what Franny say? God he was shaking the table. You know, every time I was inconsistent. And then the consistency built once I saw, okay, I can do this. I don't have to keep disappointing my God. Like, I don't have to keep sinning, even though sin felt great. I don't have to keep doing that. And so, yeah.
So, I'm going to tell you how. I'm going to give you my point of view.
What was the question again? So just make sure that I answered it fully.
How do you stay consistent?
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
sorry, I want to add this last part.
Go ahead.
Knowing that I could beat, sin kept me consistent too.
Okay. I'm going to ask you some questions about me. Okay?
Oh, Lord.
As far as consistency goes.
Okay.
When I wake up, what's the first thing I do?
Coffee.
Coffee. After I set down my coffee, what do I do?
You start working.
Okay. What do I do all day?
You work.
What do I do around 5 o'clock?
You eat.
Then what do I do?
You get back to work.
Then around, I don't know, lately it's been much later. Lately it's been midnight, 1 o'clock. But
You come in, you have cereal.
Yep, I have cereal. Then what do I do?
Go to bed.
Then what do I do?
Wake up and do it again.
Same thing.
Oh,
all
no,
over
wait.
again.
You eat donuts in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah, I wake up and I sleepwalk a lot, and I eat stuff in my sleep, and I stick things in weird, like I'll stick
It's so
gummy
ridiculous.
worms under the bed.
Like a little baby. Like,
Like,
I'm like,
I'm a child.
why are you
like
doing
that.
this? But every single night I hear donut wrappers and boxes. And guess what? This is the killer part. He don't gain a pound.
Nope,
Not
I
1
don't.
pound do he gain.
I do not.
Sometimes he eat all this stuff and then I'm looking at me like, dang.
I will literally
Did I
sit
gain
there
his weight?
and eat 30 donuts in my sleep in the middle of the night. Wake up in the morning, have donut all over me from
Oh
head
my
to
gosh.
toe,
No, the other
and
night.
have no idea how I got
Give me
there.
them donuts. Give me them donuts. Cause you know what? It made
I
me
will
so
eat
mad.
this whole package.
This is his donuts that he gets every single night.
I have those every single night.
Do you know the other morning I woke up because you consistent with this too.
Yeah, I know.
You consistently
I
make
know,
a
but
mess.
that's why I'm bringing it up.
Consistently. I woke up
I ain't here sitting
That
here lying
morning-
to nobody. Being honest.
that morning. There is little sprinkles all over the bed.
Yeah, they were everywhere. I'm not gonna front.
I wanted to choke him.
Yeah, she was pretty angry.
I was so angry. And I'm like, you know what? See, this is why I said, I'm not like an angry person, an angry pregnant person outside in the sun.
No.
I
She's
get
angry
angry
in the house.
in the house because y'all do crazy stuff. Like sprinkles all over the bed. First thing in the morning. What in the world is that?
You already know who it is.
Oh.
Just by the music, you know who it is. Driving past the house.
Oh my God, I thought that was.
Oh, Lord
my-
help us.
Okay, anyways. So, it's y'all in the house that gets on my nerves.
It's us.
Yes.
No, so you see the common denominator in this. There's 4 different people, but there's one person that consistently gets angry. So when you break it down, you can figure out what the real issue is. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get back to the bed.
So, no, yeah. Let's get back to the video about the fact that you left sprinkle all over the bed. I'm like, I have more kids than, and you know what's crazy?
But I always apologize.
You do apologize.
I say
but-
I'm sorry, and I don't know I'm doing it.
Yeah, but husband, come on. So,
Like, it's
all
not like
of
I
you ladies.
purposely go wee with the sprinkles and then just walk off, and I don't even know what happened.
All of you ladies who be like, oh, I want a husband. Do you really?
Yeah, this is what husbands do.
Do you really?
dumb stuff.
Cause woo!
But I'll tell you what, Joe.
Ooh, took me
I
back
do
to
a
the
lot of
streets.
other stuff that makes up for all these dumb things. Like, and I don't know I'm doing it. I'm
Yeah, you're very consistent.
The other night,
with
what
your
were you doing? I
nonsense.
got up, got out of bed.
I've had gummy worms stuck to the comforter.
I've had gummy worms in my beard, Joe.
I'm like,
Stuck in my beard. Don't even know how they got there.
what are you doing? Like, you just aggravating
It's rough out
me.
here. Like, it
Oh
is
my
hard out here for
gosh.
me.
Yeah, so you
'cause
consistently
I'm
make
getting
me
in
mad
trouble, but
every morning,
I'm
though.
getting yelled at for stuff I don't even know how this happened. Like,
That's
it's
what they
one
all
thing.
say.
That's one thing. Getting in you see me do it.
Yeah.
You watch me. I got up the other night, walked out, stood in the doorway, turned around, walked back in, got back in bed.
Yeah, you did.
He'll
He'll go in the fridge. He'll get grapes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
The other day
this is what I saw him do. Hold on, pause. Because, again,
And we're getting back to consistency. in
we're
a
getting
minute.
back. He's consistently nasty every night. It's always some food, something just like, bro, a mess. So I watched him. I wasn't asleep yet. And I watched him get out. He was knocked out. All of a sudden, he jumped out of bed. He walks around the bed. He goes to the kitchen. He opens the fridge and stands there. And I'm looking like, what is he doing? I hear crumbling around. I hear the door or the fridge close. He comes back in bed. He sets the grapes on the bed and falls back to sleep. And I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, do we need to get you a, I don't know, what do they do
I
for
don't know.
people
Maybe
like
I
that?
should just handcuff myself to the bed.
I know. Cause it's
what about the
like,
night I woke up and I was just standing in the kitchen with the fridge door open?
yeah, you always do that.
And
That's your
then-
thing. I don't know if you dream about food
I
or
don't know.
or what, but you're consistently aggravating me every night. So
All right, so let's get back
congratulations
to it.
to me.
Anyway, I wake up and I do the same thing all over again, and I don't let anything take me off of. There's so many things in
It's
the world.
true because no matter how much I say stop making a mess in the bed,
Yeah, I keep doing
he
it.
still do.
Because I got to be consistent with it. No, seriously, when things get in the way of me getting what I need to get done, how do I react to that?
Wait, what? I'm sorry.
When things get in my way of accomplishing my goal, how do I react?
Oh, you go harder.
Yeah.
You focus in even more.
So I won't let any. So what you have to do is, every day that your feet hit the floor, the night before you need to sit down and say, these are the things that I have to accomplish, no matter what it is. It could be something stupid and little. It doesn't have to be work. See, I have to do that because I have you guys that depend on me. Mm-hmm. You know, I have the kids that depend on me every day. So my focus has to be on work all the time. But if it
Right.
wasn't, if it wasn't like that, I would figure out something because I need the consistency and structure in my life in order to keep me from going off the path of where I'm supposed to
Right.
be going.
And sometimes you get so focused in on things as a man that you forget everything else.
Oh, the world could be
He'll forget to eat. I'm like, no, you're gonna come eat
Yeah, I'll literally not. I won't eat no
during
nothing.
the day.
Like
No wonder he's making a mess of the bed because he ain't eat earlier.
I will get laser focused. Now, don't do this because that's unhealthy. Like, don't do that because what I do isn't for what everybody isn't
No.
for everyone.
Don't focus and
But I get so laser focused on something that I won't eat. I won't sleep. Nothing until the goal is accomplished
Right.
and I have everything put together. That is kind of unhealthy. So don't do that.
But you know the other thing.
But there is a healthy medium in it.
I'm sorry. You know the other thing I want to say is again it goes with God's will, right? Because sometimes people are working and working and working at something, and that's not what God has for you.
Right.
And that's why it's not working.
Yeah.
And that's why
true.
you can't get nowhere.
That's
and
true.
that's why you've been at it for years and it's not taking off.
That's true. In my case, it's different.
Yeah.
Ours, see, the way that things go for us is that they're hills and valleys, or peaks and valleys.
Mm-hmm.
And when we get up, we need to remember what the valley looks like sometimes.
Oh, we don't forget.
And so,
Lord, we don't need another valley. I ain't forget.
but you get so comfortable in it that the only growth comes from the valley.
Absolutely. It never comes from the
It
peak.
doesn't come from the peak.
Mm-hmm.
It comes from right now. I know for a fact that this is a growth period.
Mm-hmm.
I know beyond the shadow of a doubt because of what I'm doing and where I was given it in my head immediately and knew, oh, this is what this is. So I need to do whatever it is I have to do to make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't let the internet get in my way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't let. You know what I do?
No distractions.
I'll put some kind of interview or audiobook or something like that on,
It's true.
and I don't know music, no nothing, because music distracts you too.
Yeah, it does.
And I'll put that on, and then there's the only thing on my mind is the goal. And once I reach the goal, then I go to the next one. And then when I reach that, I go to the next one. You have to put blinders on. And not, that's why that if you've ever noticed or ever been to Central Park or been anywhere where there's a horse, they put these black, like,
Blinders
discs
on the horse.
on
Yeah.
the side of the horse's eyes because it only allows the horse to see what's in front of him. And that's the only thing the horse is thinking about. He doesn't see what's going on to the left or the right. And that's how to stay consistent.
Yep.
Put your blinders on. Do not let anything get in your way. Because trust me, especially when you're in the growth season, let's say you're walking on the path of growth. Well, the tree falls in front of the path.
Yep.
A rock comes down. You have to be willing to pick that tree up, jump over that tree, dodge the boulder that's coming down, and keep walking down the path. Because all the things that are falling in front of you and going on, those are all things that are meant to either distract you and put you off the path that God has chosen for you,
Yep.
or totally divert the path. Oh, I won't go over the tree. I'll take this path around it instead of just hopping over it.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're on a whole nother path that God has
He
never
didn't tell
had
you to-
for you.
He didn't tell you to go over there.
Never told you to.
Yeah.
He told you to stay on this path and this path only.
Right.
So now you took a path, and guess what that path does? That path does nothing but go around in a big circle
And
right back to
waste
your
your
original
time.
path. So you
And then
just
you
went
wasted all that
all
time.
that time, because guess what? On that other path, there's all sorts of boulders and trees falling and
Yep.
everything
Another
over there.
tree done flew right in
So
front of your face.
before you know it, you've taken 5 different other paths just to go back to the original path you
Yep.
were at.
Yep. And this is the thing about God. Like, he's not going to say, you went off track. No. He going to let you figure it out on your own.
Listen.
No matter how long it take.
Franny, you have to. Can I answer this?
Yeah. Read the question.
How do you all not compare your goals to others or your progress? Can I be brutally honest? Forget all those people. Nobody in the world exists but you to you.
Mm-hmm.
Not the person to the right of you or the person to the left of you, because you might see all sorts of sunshine and rainbows next to the person next to you, but you don't realize they are going through pure hell
Behind closed doors.
to get it. I can't begin to tell you. You know what the biggest. I used to mentor young men, and you know what their biggest issue was when they would talk to me? That they would have these friends that were selling drugs and had brand new cars, and they had all the girls, and they were doing all these things that they couldn't do because they were still in school,
And
working
in
on their
church.
education. They were in church. They were with me instead of being out in the streets. And I would tell them all,
Experience life. Come on.
you look over there and you see all that now, but what you don't see is in a year from now,
The jail
and the feds
sentencing.
kick the doors in because
Right.
they're coming. They
Right.
always come.
Right.
And the next 6 to 8, 10 years that they're spending in prison, well, you're out here living your life and doing what you got to do.
Yep.
So do not ever look to anyone else around you and compare anything.
Mm-hmm.
You are you.
Yep.
So you have a mission and you have a goal. Forget about everybody else.
Yep.
They don't even exist in your world.
Yep. If I was gonna answer it, what would I say? Where is it?
You need to
How do you
leave.
not compare your goals to others or your progress? So, I was just talking about this earlier. Like, people, you know what? Like, people in my family would try to compete with me, and like
They still do.
they still do, and I understand fully, 100%. I know that my path is different
Yeah.
from anybody else's path based on what God has already put me through. Like, my situation is completely different. I'm going through things spiritually so that I can get a spiritual result. Then there's people in the world. I can't compare myself to you. You don't know what I'm going through.
Right.
You don't understand.
Yep.
I don't even really understand, but I know that I have a purpose. I know that God called me. I know that I have a goal. I know that there's things that God requires from me. And even if, no matter what it is, like Franny with your book, there's other people in your lane, and you can't compare other people's books with your book. Because God's blessing and God's favor is not on,
Yep.
what everybody else got going on. As long as you know God's favor is on your life and on your books that you're producing and, all of this stuff, then that's all you need to know.
And if those same people aren't trying to pull you up and help you, you don't need them in your life.
Who said it? Comparison kills.
You don't.
It does. Comparison kills, bro.
You need to
Can't compete with
shave
me.
everybody out. See,
I'm not competing with you.
let's get on that topic real quick of what we were talking about in the car.
What?
Because you know what, let's get on the topic of what we were talking about. How I was telling you when,
me?
with
Oh,
you.
okay.
So she can I say all, like, I'll leave names out
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything. Okay, so she has a cousin who's getting married. This cousin and her used to be very close, but as of the last few years, this cousin comes and tries to compete with her constantly. Everything's a competition. And originally, wife was laughed at for starting her own business.
Yeah.
She was
I
laughed
was
at
talked about.
for all the things that she was doing. She was talked about. And then all of a sudden,
Oh, nobody takes that serious. Oh,
Yeah.
that's not a real business. Oh, this, oh, that. And then,
it was always something to put her down and push her
Yeah.
down. And now all of a sudden, she's getting married. So now she's sending wedding invitations and bridal shower stuff and all these other things.
you know, trying to get back. It's like,
Calling and texting
yeah, no,
for
don't call me.
for things. And I she was feeling bad.
I was.
Yeah, feeling bad or not knowing if she's making the right decisions on
Not going.
not going. And I just want to get back to you on that and explain why it is that you were even feeling bad to begin with.
I was feeling bad. So my thing was, I was feeling like I don't want anybody to feel like, oh, they're winning. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't want you to feel like, oh, you got to me so bad that you didn't come to my, event.
I got you, promise. Hold on one
You get-
minute. Go ahead.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, I don't want anybody to ever be like, oh, she's bothered.
Yep.
Because I'm really not. I
Yeah.
just protect my peace. And one thing about me, I'm going to protect my peace. Because it costs too much to get here.
Right.
When people disturb my peace, how do I get?
Yeah, it's a wrap.
When people disturb my peace,
She will back up completely.
I get real, but not even outside of this household. In this household,
Yeah.
when my peace is messed up, they see a whole nother side of me, cause I work too hard for my peace. I like for my house to be clean.
Right.
That's peaceful to me.
Yeah.
When it's not clean, I got a problem with that, and I'm yelling.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So my peace in all aspects of my life, I take very seriously.
Yeah.
So it's not, I just don't want you to feel like, I didn't want her to feel like, oh,
was
she's
winning.
bothered.
Right.
That's why she didn't come. She's bothered. Like, no,
But that goes to
I protect my peace.
But that goes to what we were just saying, that if people around you aren't trying to lift you up and better you,
Right.
then it doesn't
It's
even
really
matter
nothing
what
to
they're
talk
thinking.
about. Right.
You just push that off to the side, because at the end of the day, the only person that matters is you.
Right. Yeah. No.
I'm gonna read a question to you that only you can answer because it's not my alley.
Okay.
Promise it asked, what if you are comparing yourself with another person's spiritual life, gifts, etc.? And you know what? A lot of people do this.
A lot of people do this.
You
Yeah.
actually get this a lot.
You know what's crazy? Again, it's time for us to be Christian and proud, okay? And that comes with knowing who you are, first of all. If you know who you are, you cannot be moved. You cannot be jealous. You cannot be envious, because at the end of the day, you know where you're going. When you know who you are and God has literally showed you who you are, and, He's giving you visions of where you're going to go, there's no point in being jealous of anybody else. You cannot. You can look at somebody and genuinely clap for them and genuinely be happy for them, because you know that your time is going to come.
So know that your time is coming.
Your time is coming. A lot of people are waiting on things. I'm waiting on things. You waiting on things. Y'all waiting on things. And at some point, yes, it's somebody already walking in what you want. That's inevitable. That's life.
Yeah.
But to be able to genuinely clap for somebody without any ill,
I think that's a
feelings or
superpower.
jealous, you don't understand how God is looking at your heart. When you're a single woman, right? And you've been desiring marriage so much. And you've been talking to God about marriage. You've been talking to God about, how you want your husband to be, or you've been talking to God about how you want your wife to be. And I'm going to keep it at women, from a women's standpoint, because this is what we do. A lot of women get jealous, right? And you single, you telling God your requests, and all of a sudden your friend call you up and she's like, oh my God, I'm getting married. He proposed, blah, blah, blah. What is your heart doing?
Yep.
Somebody, oh my God, I just got a promotion. You've been praying about a promotion. How is your heart hearing this news? Oh my God, I just got a brand new car. How is your heart? You know what I mean?
I think a lot of people in positions like that, they turn it towards themselves and think that they're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
They get upset with themselves.
But the thing is God will test you. A lot of times, God will test you. Okay, you want a husband? All right, let me see how you respond to somebody else getting it before you. And if you have a little bit of jealousy, if you have a little bit of envy, then that's something that God needs to work out in you. Mm-hmm. That's something God needs to work out in you. And a lot of times, people throw temper tantrums with God, like, oh, I'm done. I'm not even gonna pray no more. I'm not even gonna pray no more because I've been praying for a husband and she got a husband before me.
Yeah.
I'm not praying no more.
Right.
When the whole time you just failed the test.
So it's something you should pray about, that have God work on.
Yeah. Wait. No. And if that is your response to somebody else's blessing, you're not ready for it because you don't have his heart. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And ultimately, the goal is, I said it in our video, in my video, when God is blessing you, he'll make sure that your spiritual man is fully, not fully, because you'll never be fully, but he'll make sure that your spirit man is on par with who he is. Mm-hmm. He'll make sure that who you are as a person, your character, will line up with him. You know what I mean? So if that is your response, jealousy, envy, that's still something that God needs to work out in you. And you need to be able to acknowledge, oh my God, okay. When she told me that, this is to you, you and God.
Right.
She told me that and I felt this way, God. Help me. Help me to not be jealous. Help me to not want what she has, or, because some women, they take that as a slight. They're like, oh, he proposed to her. Let me wear something skimpy so I could get his attention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if that is your response to somebody else's blessing, you're not ready.
So when it's happening, you notice the issue and bring it to God and say, hey, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm going through. Please help me fix it. Work on it.
Absolutely. But a lot of women, people in general, oh, he got a new car. He got the car that I wanted. I said I wanted that car. He went and got that car. Now, you bent out of shape.
Mm-hmm. Experience Life just said, for the progress part, don't tell. This is
exactly.
Let them see it.
There you go.
I was reading the story of Joseph
Where'd
today, and I was like, he couldn't even tell his dream to his own brother. That says and shows a lot.
Come on now. Come on, Experience Life.
So keep some of those things to yourself instead of talking out loud. Then sometimes you won't even have the issue happen.
100%. 100%. The Bible puts it like, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing.
Right.
And that was something that I had to learn too. I can't remember what it was that I had to learn that with, like what the experience was. But I remember saying, okay, I'm not telling nobody else nothing.
Yep.
Do you remember this?
Yep.
We were married.
Yep.
And I'm going to think about it later. But you have to stop telling people what you're going to do
Yep.
before it's done. Because everybody don't want to see you happy.
Or not even
Some
that.
people do it.
Spiritual gifts.
Ooh, I didn't even answer the question. But wait. Dang. Lost my thought.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It matched with.
Yeah. Spiritual gifts. Don't show people who you are, what you got. What was that last question
And
about spiritual?
You know what I noticed with
Spirituality?
when you start letting people around you know that you have a certain gift in an area.
Oh, yeah.
They take advantage of it.
No, they leeches.
Yeah, they'll call and
Yeah.
like
Try to leech off your gift.
there was somebody that would call her and sit there, call multiple times a day and just suck all the gift out of her. And then give nothing in return. So you're sucking this void out. Now there's this hole and they're not even sticking anything back in the hole to fill it.
Yeah, that's why I don't answer the phone. Like, it's not that I don't want to. I just, again, I have to protect my anointing. Like, and you have to protect your anointing. A lot of people don't think that they're anointed. Like Franny, I keep using Franny because, Franny's like, oh, well, whatever. But you're an author. That's not just whatever. You're an author. So you have to protect what God has given you. You can't be on the phone just sharing, this is my next book idea. I'm going to blah, 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 blah. Like, you can't do that. You know what I mean? You can't tell people, oh, this is my goal. I want to be this, 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 and that. Next thing you know, your friend going to do it. That's how the enemy works, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh, I want this type of car. They'll go out and get the car.
Yeah, same color and everything.
Same color you said you wanted.
Yep.
Like, and now you feeling some type of way.
Yep.
Now you don't want to be friends with that person no more. Stop telling everybody every move. Pray about it. And if it's in God's will, then it'll happen.
And then you don't even have to worry about anything else around you.
Right. Where did that question go? I hope I answered it fully.
What if you're comparing yourself? This is Promise. Promise always asks really good questions. What if you are comparing yourself with another person's spiritual life and gifts, etc.?
Oh, yeah. So with other people's spiritual gifts, even like just scrolling through Instagram, right? I mean, not Instagram. What's this thing we on? YouTube. There's a lot of people acting like they have spiritual gifts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
So who are you really comparing to?
People in your church right now doing it.
It's people in church acting like they have spiritual gifts. On YouTube for show, acting like they have spiritual gifts. And because these people have large followings.
Yep.
And because these people have tons of subscribers on YouTube, whatever.
Yep.
You get to thinking, oh my gosh, they must be the real deal.
Little do you know they paid for most of those subscribers.
Exactly. And little do you know, the Bible says that the real ones, I wish I could think of the scripture. You could bring it back to me, Lord. But I'm just going to describe it. It says, it was talking about the children of Israel. And how the children of Israel accepted all the false prophets. They loved them. Mm-hmm. They couldn't get enough of the false prophets. Y'all got to read the Bible. This is why it's so important to read the Bible. They loved the false prophets so much. They held on to every word that they said. And they crucified the ones with the real gifts.
Yep. That's the way it goes.
They tore down the ones with the real gifts. They threw those ones in jail. They beat them up, threw rocks at them. And the same thing applies today.
Absolutely.
The people who you think have real gifts
and
who people is trying to be envious of, you don't even understand. You envious of a gift that don't even really exist.
Yep.
People be playing too much.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That's the thing. Like, you getting on YouTube lying.
Yep.
I can't stand it. Come on now.
Yeah, and they literally don't understand that if they have 1 million followers, there's a good chunk of that that's been paid for.
Yeah.
You can very easily pay for YouTube
Subscribers and
subscribers. We could do it right now. As a matter of fact, while we're doing this video, I could literally go on, and by the time we get off, I could give you another 10,000.
That is so whack.
And it would probably cost me about $5.
And then, look, we get bots now,
Yeah,
and I ain't never paid for a subscriber.
right.
So I could just imagine all
those
the
are just-
bots.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so now they're chasing this person who has all these followers thinking that that's the person they should be listening to. In reality, they're not talking to nobody.
Now you envious of somebody else's gift that don't even exist. That ain't no gift. That's lying. Okay? And they ain't coming from nobody but Satan, they father.
GJ said prayer is
A liar.
is a lifestyle, not just a day.
Come on now.
I think a lot of things that all boil down as far as...
Okay, wait. Here's the scripture. Okay, keep going. I'm going to read it.
A lot of things that it boils down when as far as envy goes, and looking around is just stopping and praying about it.
Absolutely.
Just get it out of you. Just, you know what, Lord, this is the way I felt. I know it's wrong.
Yeah,
Take
absolutely.
this.
Listen, when you can say, Lord, I was feeling jealous about blah, 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 God can work with that.
Yeah,
And he'll begin
absolutely.
to change your heart. And you'll get tested again in that area. But you'll be changed the next time.
But
You won't feel the envy, the jealousy, all that stuff.
that also you could take out jealousy and insert any word. Alcoholism, drug addiction, sex addiction, infidelity, and that will work with all of it.
All of it. All of it.
Every last thing.
Yep. So, GJ said in Mark 10:22, it says, "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endures to the end shall be saved." Yes. That goes with what I was talking about with people loving the children of Israel. They love the false prophets, and nothing has
They
changed.
still do.
Nothing has changed because you know what? I look on YouTube, and I see all of these people who just run their mouth
Yep.
lying.
Yep.
I mean, just real lying too.
But it's
Like-
the things that they make up that are crazy, like, oh, on the 5th there's gonna be this moon, and that's in the Bible,
Or
and
they-
the world's gonna end.
Or they're
and-
prophesying.
Yeah.
Or prophesying,
Yep.
and it never come to pass.
Yep. Or
Like-
how can God be telling everybody, God told me that water was clear, and then somebody else comes on and goes, God told me water was red.
It's iridescent.
Like
Like-
how is God saying all these different things?
Mm-hmm.
Like this just all doesn't make sense. But that's what hurts the faith, the Christian faith right there, is people look and go, well, this seems like a whole bunch of mess
Right.
that I don't even want to be a part of.
Right.
And then you're pushing people off that are actually coming to try to get saved.
Right. And more on the story, don't be jealous or envious of anybody's lifestyle. You don't know.
Yeah.
Them people ultimately end up in hell or in jail.
Yep,
A lot of pastors and stuff going to jail these days.
absolutely.
And you don't want to be envious of nobody's gift because it ain't really a gift. I'm
Like
telling
you
you.
see all these pastors
People-
having IRS problems, and you know, because
And sex crimes.
sex crimes.
They're being
and-
convicted
yeah.
of many sex crimes.
And GJ said, with every fall comes a lesson. And what are you reading? You were looking real hard at that.
I'm going to read it.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
So there's no such thing as a failure. You're never failing. You're only learning. So just
Right.
because you fell on your butt, sometimes it hurts a little bit to fall, but you
Just get
learned
your
the
knees
lesson,
up.
and now you know not to make that same mistake again.
Right.
You want some
I need my
aspirin?
inhaler. Duty, go get it for me. It's in my purse, please. Thank you. GJ says,
That's Kylie's
Nope.
purse.
GJ says, I still feel the flesh though when stuff coming on through. Test.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, what, man?
Absolutely.
100%.
It's gonna, man.
Yeah, or you know, a lot of people get jealous and envious of other people's bodies and
Yup.
you know, just insecurities. And Satan found a way to just play
Like,
on everybody's.
and not just the envy
Thank you,
aspect,
baby.
but also like there's been many times when things happen and I'm ready to just bark and go off,
Yeah.
and I have to sometimes step back and catch myself and you know, relax.
Mm-hmm.
So
Let me see.
hello,
Hi, Selena.
Man, we are too good.
Okay.
You know, listen, guys. Before we got married, we sat down with the pastor that married us, and we were talking. And he said, "One day, you two are going to say the exact sentences and think the same thoughts." And we both at the time we were still, you know, virtually,
Fighting.
yeah. And we were like, "There's
Constantly.
no way." And sure enough, as years go by, we constantly do it
Yep. We finish each other's sentences and
all
stuff
the
like
time.
that.
Or she'll just say something random. She'll just start talking about the most randomest thing you could ever, and I know exactly what she's talking about.
Yep.
And she'll even ask me, "How did you know I was even talking about that?"
Yep.
And it's because I just know her front and back.
Absolutely. So, make sure that your response to what God is doing in somebody else's life is sincere, is genuine. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And guess what? Your response can be from a distance, and you can still be extremely happy for somebody without any ill will or ill feelings.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You don't have to continue to put yourself in spaces that you've outgrown.
Yep.
And I've outgrown a lot of spaces. And I hope that you guys outgrow a lot of spaces. But again, if you see something on Facebook, whatever, you can still be happy for somebody
Absolutely.
and not want anything to do with that person. Ooh, let's talk about exes real quick.
Okay.
For the single people, you can still see an ex, you know, do something great or whatever. You can still, you know, be happy for that person without wanting to reach out.
Yep.
You can still, you know, be happy for that person without wanting to get that old thing back. Because if it was for you, it would have found you.
Right.
But yeah.
I think that's a lot of the problem is people chasing things that they have no business chasing.
Yeah, you chasing something.
It's just not for you.
Right.
And if you've worked and worked and worked to try to obtain it and you're still not getting it, chances are there's a reason other than, you know, what you're thinking it is.
Right. Right. Yeah, so again, there are so many people who, you know, who you probably once had in your space and you don't anymore. And you can congratulate people, but not want them people back in your life.
Yep.
An old friend,
Yep.
an old colleague, you know, and it may not have ended on bad terms and on nothing, but where you're going, you don't need the extra baggage.
Ooh.
Everybody can't go where you're going.
Experience, like I said, there's this French evangelist that said if you get married by prophecy, you'll get divorced by revelation.
Hello.
Man, that's a good one.
Say it again.
That is a real good one.
Say it again.
If you get married by prophecy, you'll get divorced by revelation. That's
And I love that because we need discernment in this world more than anything. And you know what I heard? I heard Stephen Darby talking about this the other day. He said, everybody thinks that marriage is just something that, you know, a man is supposed to just, you know, how did he put it? Of course, a man is supposed to find a wife.
Yeah.
But he said it like, everybody think it's just so spiritual. He's like, if it was that spiritual, you know, people could say, oh, God told me to marry you, you'll marry him, and then, oh, God told me to divorce you.
Right.
And he said, God hates divorce.
Right.
So it's a whole lot of people, this is what they be doing, lying.
Amelia, I was just thinking
Hi,
about
Amelia.
you 2 seconds ago.
I was thinking about her early in the
when
beginning.
you brought up author, I thought of Amelia.
Yep.
And I scrolled through here looking for her picture.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, she's not on today.
Yep. And, you know, everybody think it's just but he said, no, a man finds a wife.
Yep.
A man either gonna find you or he ain't.
Yep.
It's that simple.
And
You either go with what he got going on and you gonna fit like a puzzle piece, or you ain't.
yep.
You know.
So we talked about faith. We talked about consistency. Now I want to bring something up that has nothing to do with either one of those two, but should be talked about.
Okay.
And it is safety. Okay. And it's something that's it's not brought up a lot in this group of people. Okay. Yesterday, wife and I were at Walmart.
Oh yeah.
With the kids. And we were we were going grocery shopping, and we walked in there to actually do some big grocery shopping. And as we were standing in the freezer section, all of a sudden we started hearing somebody screaming, yelling, "Woo! Woo!"
Oh yeah.
And so we walked up a little bit, and there was this girl who was very, very high.
Yeah.
And she was skipping, screaming, waving a t-shirt around her head.
Knocking stuff
knocking
down.
things off the aisle.
Like,
everybody froze
what?
and looked. And she just took off down one of the aisles.
Screaming.
Okay? And she was kind of out of sight. I had accidentally left my phone out in the car. And I said, you know what, wife, I'm going to run outside and I'm going to go grab this. I took 20 steps and thought, what am I doing? There's a crazy person running around in this store. And I'm
Literally.
And I'm leaving my wife and children
To go get a phone.
to go get my phone. Because God forbid somebody steals it. Then
Right.
I can't go and buy another phone because this is the only phone that's ever made in the world. And I stopped and turned around immediately
He sure did, yeah.
and went to go find them. Which they were not far because I did not get very far.
Yeah, I'm like, and before I could
She
even
was
say
like-
what are you doing, I
yeah.
kind of knew.
So
But-
to keep my family safe, I decided that phone could sit right there until now eventually Walmart
Kick this lady out.
kicked this lady out and got her out. She was kicked out, and then I go out to get my phone, and this lady comes walking right back in the store with me. I'm like, how is this lady? I mean, and she was you couldn't fit a feather in between us. She was so close to my shoulder. I'm like, what is going on? But
And then you went to the worker.
yep. And then I went to the guy that worked there and said, hey, you know that girl you just kicked out? She's back in here, and he said, oh, you know what I just found out? She works here.
Yeah. And so, come to find out, there was a lady, she said she had just seen her in the bathroom, so she was doing drugs in the bathroom, came out, started tweaking, and then all of this stuff happened. Then we saw her actually, and then husband, after you got your phone, you came back in, you're like, okay, we need to hurry up and get out of here.
Yeah. So we
And
left
so,
everything
Yep.
and left.
Left everything, and we saw this girl, we didn't check out whatever little 2-3 things we did get. This girl was, I said, ain't that her?
Walking as normal as
Looking
can be,
normal. I'm like,
with a can of Pepsi in her hand.
what is she doing?
Walking as normal as possible.
It was a little too weird in there for me. So, yeah.
Walking out, my head is turning and I'm looking and I'm checking everything and when you guys feel
You can
that,
never be too safe
when
with
you
all
guys,
these shootings.
Yeah, when you feel that there's something wrong in an area that you are in or your family is in, leave.
Yeah.
Don't stick around and hope that things will be better. You're feeling that
Right.
way for a reason.
Yeah, that was God pulling on
Your body through years and years of DNA is built to have an alarm system in it that you need to trust. A long time ago, people were, having these feelings because there was a predator, a lion, a this, a that behind them. And they didn't even know they were being stalked, but felt something inside of them and knew it is time to go. I don't know when we all came to the point where we just said, "Oh, I'm going to ignore
it.
that." But if you are having feelings, especially now in today's day and age with all the craziness that's going on out there, if you're having that feeling, you need to leave.
Absolutely.
It does
and that's
not
whatever
ma-
it is.
whatever.
The job, the man, the woman,
Whatever
the
it
family
is.
members. Leave
When
people.
you have that feeling, it is time to go. And do not listen to people telling you you're crazy.
Right.
Don't pay attention to those
They
people.
good for that.
Because guess what? Those people are the people that end up getting themselves in a bad situation because they did not listen to that voice inside of you. And it's a feeling you have. It starts with a feeling, and then the spirit in your head goes, "Oh, I need to leave." But you go, "Oh no, it's all right. I'm just being paranoid."
Yeah, let me go grab this stuff. Like, no.
No, you need to go. Guess
Discernment.
what? The store or wherever you're at, or whatever's going on, will happen again, or will be there tomorrow, or will if you're at a carnival, it'll come next year.
Yep.
Trust me, you're not missing anything crazy. Believe it or not, what I'm telling you will probably save you some money in the end.
Yep.
And just go.
Oh, what about this one? When you texting somebody you really like, right?
Yep.
You texting somebody you really like, y'all decide to link up. When you're getting ready, you have a feeling. I don't need to go.
Yep.
When you're in, get your shoes on, you have this feeling, I really don't need to go. But your flesh is saying, "Oh, I'm going. I miss him. I miss her. I'm going." The whole ride there.
Yep. It's in the back of your head.
I don't feel like I should be going right now.
Yep.
You get there and she have you robbed.
Yep. Yep.
You get
Or
there,
worse.
she gets you set up.
Yep.
You get there, he, rapes you. Cause you just missed him. He wanted more, but now you got raped.
Experience Life said this happened to me a month ago.
Wow.
So it's there for a reason.
Listen, you have dreams, aspirations, everything. You texting, it may not even be like that, right?
Yep.
Say everything is good. On the way there, oh, don't go. You get there, you get knocked up.
Yep.
Even though y'all are both consensual,
Yep.
you get knocked up. All of a sudden, your life
Nosedives.
You got to
Yep.
drop out of college. You
Yep.
got to, pick up all the pieces. You trying to figure out how you're going to raise a baby. He disappeared.
Yep.
All could have been avoided
If you would have listened.
if you would have listened to that voice and turned your butt around and said, "You know what? I don't feel good."
I promise you, everyone that's listening, I promise you, that voice is never wrong.
Right.
Ever.
Right. The Holy Spirit, he ain't nothing to play with.
It is never wrong. And yesterday, that voice was screaming at me to leave. I immediately got angry, and I got like that because I was in a position where
You was riled up.
I was going to have to hurt somebody.
Yeah.
I was on the edge. I was walking a very fine line that said, I need to be prepared to hurt someone. I will hurt a female. If you are coming after my wife and children, I will hurt you.
You have to lay her down.
I swear to you.
Yeah.
I will slam you on your head and I will hold you there until somebody
I'm
comes
sorry, I'm
and
not-
gets you.
I'm not trying to laugh, yeah.
And I am the first person to tell my son never to lay your hands on a woman. But in that situation, and you are trying to hurt my children or my wife, I will make an example of you.
Gotta get put down.
So I immediately let that part of me
Yeah.
come out
He was real cranky. I'm like, okay,
because
let's go.
I know that I have to be vigilant and aware for my family to protect them.
Absolutely.
My family's allowed to walk with their head in the clouds because they know that I am always on point. I see everything. I can call it before it happens. I know when things are wrong, and I will listen to that voice that says, get ready just in case.
A protector.
Now, when we walk out of Walmart, I'm still that way. I'm still that way until we get home. Because now I'm there and it takes a minute to come back down. All because I listened to that voice say, okay, it's time to go. Right now.
Yep.
Whatever it is that we got going on can wait for
And,
another day.
Hold on, if we being honest, oh no, we didn't discover that till after we were already in Walmart that we were gonna eat takeout.
Yeah.
So we were there for no reason.
We were there for no reason anyway.
Yep.
So I do not. It's to a point now where everybody says, I knew something was going to happen.
Yep.
Why didn't I listen?
Yep.
And the whole time you were being screamed at.
And listen to this. So if you ask somebody who, you know, is close enough to you who went to jail, they'll tell you, I knew I shouldn't have went out this night.
Yep.
I should not have gone
They
out.
all
Get pulled
say
over
it.
and then go to jail.
Yep. They will all say, something inside of me was saying don't
Yep,
go.
yep.
I didn't listen because I wanted to go have fun.
Yep.
Or I wanted to go do this, or I wanted to go do that. And then the series of events happens, and boom. Now I'm
Now you
sitting
in
here
jail.
in these greens.
Now I gotta get bailed out.
Yep.
Yep.
Now I have to pay lawyer fees and this, that, and the third. And let me say something else. There are zero things wrong, nothing wrong with being a man today.
No.
Nothing wrong with having these feelings and thinking these thoughts and protecting your family and wanting to put your family before you. That's all part of being a man. I just said it a couple of minutes ago. My family can walk around with their head in the clouds without a care in the world, while I carry the burden of making sure everything's okay around them. And that has become under attack lately, that it's somehow wrong to be a man. And there is nothing wrong with any of those things.
No. Actually, you know, I've said it before, but I'll say it again for the sake of it. There is nothing like a man just fully, who has fully embraced being a man. Like, embraced being a protector, embraced being a provider, embraced, you know, family life, or even if it's just you and your wife. Like, some people don't want kids.
Yep.
Just being a man, doing manly things, you know, fixing cars, or, you know, just doing what a man do, getting dirty, you know, like that is, it's nothing more attractive than that. And somehow the enemy came in and really tried to make men feel like it's a bad thing to be a man. But I like watching my husband do things. I enjoy watching him set up a campfire from scratch and do it, you know, putting up a tent in our backyard and, you know, constantly in the shed working on stuff and got his tools. Like, it's nothing more attractive than that. So, society is crazy.
Like,
Trying to convince people that.
Because if you feminize the man, you can take over his whole entire family.
It's true.
If and once you get the man docile, they can do anything they want. Look what happened. Look what happened to the black community because they pulled the man out of the house.
Systemically.
Because you strategically, because you could not have a man in your home and collect government
And collect welfare.
benefits. So
And welfare was the thing to do back then.
Yep.
It was like, oh girl, I had a kid.
Yep.
I get welfare.
They took the man out of the home and watched the black community fall apart.
Yep. It crumbled.
And that's what it was.
Section 8.
Teachers. And so they've allowed this to happen. And guess what? You do that to that group of people, they know, okay, if we destroy the man, we can watch the whole entire family, because the government wants you to be dependent on them. Everybody that you voted into an office wants you to be dependent on them, because then they can rule over you.
And control gas prices and do this and
It's
that.
like your child. Your child lives under your house, so it's your rules. You live in the government's house, it's the government's rules. So once you can make the man docile or feminize him,
Or completely out the picture.
or push him right out the door, he's an evil, toxic, masculine, whatever. And you push him out the door. And there's fathers that
There's
are
no-
paying for their children to go to college, and these college kids are telling that to their, you're toxic.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting here paying for your education for you to go learn all this garbage, and now I'm the bad guy.
Right. Right.
It's crazy.
So back to the black community, when they took all the fathers out, not only did they stop there, they kept going. They put
absolutely.
They put Planned Parenthoods so that there can
Planned
be
Parenthoods in your neighborhood,
tons of teenage pregnancies.
so they can
and
kill your race off.
literally.
Literally.
That's what the goal was.
They called it pulling weeds.
Oh Jesus!
It
I
was
don't
in the
wanna hear
letter.
This is ridiculous. And then you have ignorant black people talking about, yes, bring back my women's rights. Like,
And these people are so dumb. They didn't. First of all, they didn't even. They're acting like the Supreme Court. They're acting like they outlawed abortions. They
Yeah,
didn't.
they
just
didn't.
turned the rights over. They turned it over to the state.
Mm-hmm.
So while they're all screaming to give back, our rights and blah blah, they weren't
this is what
taken
they
to
want.
begin with.
Right. They still doing abortions here.
Oh
in,
yeah,
in New
and-
York State.
And there's billboards and radio and television ads
the radio
that
said-
say you're still allowed to get safe legal abortions in New York State, and you will be able to for the future and blah blah blah.
Because Planned Parenthood is smack dab in the middle of the hood.
Absolutely.
So continue to just keep on killing off black babies.
Food deserts where there's only corner stores to buy groceries. And these people that own the corner stores are not your color. It's beyond infuriating to me, and I'm
Talk
not
about
even.
gentrification.
Yes.
Everybody screams and think gentrification is like white people coming in.
No.
Really, it's Arabs coming
Arabs,
in, buying
Chinese
everything.
for the West Coast.
Man, what?
Eh,
Chinese people buying up everything. Restaurants, nail shops, and we support.
It's
support.
infuriating when I see this
The number one consumer in the country, right?
in the world.
Black people.
Are black people.
It's true. And so not only do they take the black fathers out in the black community, they do all the Planned Parenthoods. They
Yep.
kill off, gun violence
Yep.
with the sons.
You're making these
Wait.
young boys fight over territory that's not even theirs.
not even theirs. So the gun violence with the sons,
Yep.
and on top of that, the education.
So here's a little unknown fact, and I don't know if this is
Can you turn this
everywhere,
off?
but I know that this is in New York State. So I found out that in school unions, what happens is when there's a bad teacher or a teacher, River buddy, stop climbing across
Yeah,
the table.
please stop.
When there's
See?
a teacher who's not teaching up to par or not scoring correctly, or she has done something to get herself in trouble, unions make sure they can't fire the teacher. What they do is they move that teacher into the inner cities. And there's a group of horrible teachers teaching these children to have bad things happening to begin with. And the one place that they should be going that they receive the best from is school, and they're not even getting that.
Right, so
They're
this
getting
is-
taught from these teachers who are subpar and second rate
And don't
that
even wanna
should have
be
been
there.
fired.
That don't want to be there.
Do not want to be there. They
These-
should have been fired from the school they were at, but because the union protects them, they send them back into the inner cities.
And have to, then deal with those type of teachers. The teachers who will speak down on you,
Yes,
who will do the bare minimum,
absolutely.
who
Who don't care what you're doing.
don't care. Don't
As
care
long
about your
as you're
kids.
listen, as long as I'm here collecting a check, that's all that matters.
Yep.
I got to get my 30 years and I'm out.
Yep.
So I'm here for that.
And then you know what? We went to our daughter went to a school, and it was in the suburbs. And once her kindergarten teacher saw me, I instantly knew, oh, she's not used to being around black people.
Yeah.
She didn't like it.
No.
She couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
And
but after a while.
Yeah, after a while, because I kept showing up.
Yep.
I kept showing up and volunteering and letting people know, I don't know what all black people you think are all just like terrible people, or you judge us, but I'm not none of that. So
Right.
I kept on being nice.
Yep.
Even though you being nasty, I'm gonna keep on being nice. I'm gonna keep on volunteering.
Yep.
And I was trying to explain this to our daughter too. I don't go into her schools just looking any old type of way.
Yep.
I'm not going there with my hair wrapped up.
Nope.
I'm not going there looking half done. I have to go in there because 9 times out of 10, 9.5 times out of 10, I'm the only black person.
Yep.
Considering they go to,
You're the first black person they've come in contact with in a very long time where they're having a one-on-one conversation or
Right.
interaction.
Right.
So you represent a group of people.
Exactly. And I try to get my daughter, she's like, Mom, you always overdoing it. I'm like, Kylie, you'll understand this when you're older. But for now, if that's what you think, okay. But I'm not going anywhere looking any old type of way in front of a bunch of white people. I don't even do these earrings. I don't wear to my in-laws' house.
Nope.
I don't wear hoop earrings. You want to know why? Because I represent black people.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
And my family's not even like that.
And they not even like that. But it's just the point. Like, I'm not going to go and make us further look like, you know what I mean? We don't know how to act. We don't know how to dress. No. Because when I walk in a room, I need you to understand that I'm not one of these, hood chicks that I used to fight with back in the day, Lord Jesus. Thank you for deliverance, Lord. But I'm not that. I'm not wearing no scarf out the house. You're not going to talk to me any type of way. You're not going to look at me any type of way. You're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to do none of that because I don't do disrespect. I'm going to respect you. You're going to respect me. This is a lot of reason why I grew my hair out. I grew my hair out because black people have hair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a family function at my husband's, at my in-laws, I'm gonna wear my real hair. But they know I love a good weave.
Right.
But for the most part, I've been growing my hair out. You know what I mean? Like, even when it was short, like I represent a group of people.
Yep.
My people.
Yep.
Our people. We're all people, but there's misconceptions. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to fuel that fire. I need you to understand that people know how to speak correct English.
Yep.
I can play all day with my kids and say ain't and
Yep.
you know what I mean? And say all of these Ebonic words, but when I get in front of my in-laws, I'm not talking and speaking like I don't have no damn sense.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
Yeah, I said it. Yes, I did. Because a lot of people be like, oh, she's speaking and she's ghetto.
Yep.
I'm sick of that.
Yep.
I'm not ghetto.
Nope.
I know how to speak.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I speak
Yep.
correct English.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So you're not going to disrespect or any of that. And I
Right.
need you to understand that you're not going to treat my children any differently.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? When I go into these schools and all of this stuff, like we went to the birthday party.
Yep.
And I was the only black person in the room. But I was comfortable. And they were comfortable around me.
And it's the same way when I'm somewhere, but opposite.
Yeah.
I'm the only white guy.
He's the only white guy. A lot of times. At my family functions. But, I don't know. There's been a couple of white people at my mom's house.
When?
Pooh's girlfriend.
Oh, they don't count. They're easy breezies.
Trey. Gosh.
Like they're in and out. They
So,
blow like the wind. I'm locked into this family.
Yeah,
They're
that's true.
girlfriends.
Yeah, that's true.
Like and half the time, her family doesn't even look at me like I'm white. They don't even realize it.
They love look. They gonna say that. They say the N word around him. Like, you know,
Grandfather calls me
they
it.
just be chopping it up, like, you know, and everything like that. But it's never any disrespect.
Like because if you carry yourself correctly and if you let them know I respect you, you respect me. I don't care about what you could be bright orange. I'm cool with it. We're all people here at the end of the day.
Right.
At the end of the day, it all boils down to, you know, we all bleed. When we die, we're either gonna go to heaven or hell. There's not some separate place that white people go and separate place that
people
black
say
people
anything.
goes. Yeah.
No, my grandfather,
Her
he really
grandfather
does.
is hilarious. He is the funniest person of her whole entire family.
and
he
I've
don't
said-
even try to be.
And I've said this before, but my family respects my husband because he doesn't try to act black or urban or what's the, is it urban?
Yeah, I guess.
Or urban or any, like, he don't do none of that. He just be himself.
You want to get laughed at? Be the white guy that's trying to act like a black guy at an event. Because I'm laughing at it too.
Yeah, because why are you acting like that?
And I'll be the first person to say something like, "Come on, you don't realize what's going. You need to stop. Let's calm this down a little bit. Turn your hat the right way. Like put your pants up. Let's have a conversation. Like that just drives me nuts.
Right. Or what bothers you about the white girls? The white girls.
That drives me bananas.
Say it.
What?
About the white girls, come on.
I don't know what I say.
So husband has this thing, right? Where he hates seeing a white girl with her hair slicked with gel.
Oh, it drives me nuts. Big, huge hoop earrings. Oh, it drives me crazy.
Yeah, he hates that so bad. He be like, you know, never mind. But you know, like the girls with the white girls with the slick back hair gel
It drives me nuts.
with the ponytail is like, what's aggravating about it?
Everything.
It's like the fact that
First of
y'all
all,
hair don't need no gel.
You don't need to do that. Like, be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Just don't feel like you have to be somebody else to fit into a box. Like, it just upsets me. In the worst way. You don't have to dress this way to get the attention of someone.
Yeah, trying to be like Sister Girl, like
And it's always like a
Sis.
cartoonish version of it.
the hair.
Like the hair and everything, the big huge hoops and
Yeah, they do.
the extra tight clothes.
They
It's like
overdo
a
it.
cartoonish version of a black woman.
Yeah.
It's like if a black woman was reading or watching a cartoon on TV, that would be the cartoon.
Yes.
Like, it just drives me nuts.
So
I do say something, but I'm
every
not going to
time,
repeat it.
every time,
Every single time.
Yeah,
I
you
know
hate it real
exactly.
bad.
I know it just, yeah.
you hate
I
it
know
real
what I
bad.
say.
But some people don't know who they are. Again, we talked about this, like knowing who you are.
Yeah.
Like I know who I am. I'm not gonna like some people. I don't know. Some black women, they wear super blonde hair. I don't do that.
See, I find it disrespectful.
When black women wear blonde hair,
No, when a white guy is like, I would never do that to anybody in your family out of respect.
do what?
Like act like and talk like I'm black.
Yeah.
Like it's disrespectful, especially when you know I don't talk this way in real life. I'm only
Right.
talking this way because I'm around you.
So it's not necessarily how we talk. It's the fact that it's our culture to
Right.
speak a certain way and
Right.
to understand certain ebonics
Right.
and things like that. Okay.
And you can talk to me that way, and I will answer you exactly how I'm talking now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not gonna feel like I have to talk to you this way because
Because
this
it's
is the
y'all
only
culture.
because this is the only way you'll understand me.
Right.
Like, I have to talk to this person this way because that's the way they talk, so I'm gonna mimic it. Like I find
Right.
it disrespectful.
So So my thing is, again with me, I don't get around your family trying to act you or talk white. You know what I
Absolutely
mean?
not.
Like I only do that when I'm on the phone with the like doctor or
Yeah.
whatever. But just like everybody else, you know, but I don't get around your family talking white. Like I just
Right.
speak correct English.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like I'm still me.
Yes. And my family treats you like you're like there's times my family treats you like you're their family and not me. Like they treat you like they never boxed you out for any reason. Like they didn't say, "Oh, you're black, you can't," you know, like we got to act differently around you
Yeah,
or
no.
anything.
No, never. Blondes have more fun.
I don't know about that because
See, I
don't
should have
know
did
about
that.
that.
I should have did that before I got married. I don't know.
I don't know about that because
I did have blonde hair before though. I did.
Yeah, yeah.
When we first got married. Do you remember
GJ
that?
said this is getting deep. Yes,
It
I
is
do
getting deep.
remember.
But
But you know what, guys? If we don't sit up here and have conversations about this and just be honest, like, and not work, like, listen, I don't care if you can try to cancel me all you want. I'm here for it. I'll argue with you and everything. So will you.
wait, what did you just say? I was
Not,
reading.
not say something because we're afraid of,
Oh yeah, no.
like, we're
I'm
here
gonna
for
say
it.
it.
And guess what? If we make a mistake or we say something wrong or because it's like a spur of the moment conversation, we'll apologize. We'll say, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have said. She did it earlier about saying bet. I'll bet
Oh, yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And she just did it, not even realizing, oh, that's actually a sin. Like, so we're not perfect either. And we'll sit here and have open conversations with all of you.
Yeah, like I didn't realize like people really like have mental
Yeah.
endorphins
Absolutely.
that go off
Yeah.
from betting. Like
Absolutely. They
that ain't
do.
never been my thing.
So, but at the same
Losing
time,
money don't make me happy.
we want all of you guys to know in the comment section and when you send us emails and stuff, you could be open and honest with us too. Like we're all here on the same globe spinning around, and we're here for a certain amount of time. So why not be upfront and honest about the situations we have going on? Like whatever floats your boat and finds your lost remote. Like we're here.
What'd you say?
What?
Whatever floats your boat. Now what now? Whatever floats your boat. Do what? Whatever
And
remote.
find your lost remote.
Okay, that's cute.
Like
I've never heard you say that in 9 years.
it just
would you
came
just
out.
say that?
It rhymed. I don't know.
Okay, that's dope.
It was there.
You sleepy?
So
Okay, 1 minute.
you know, so we're trying to encourage you guys, you know, when we're all conversating in the chats and everything, just you're all open to be yourselves. And if you make a mistake,
Absolutely.
we're not going to hold it against you guys either. We're all human. We all mess up. We all have certain ways we think. We're all prone to do our thing.
I tell Franny all the time. And I say Franny because, you know, she's like a little sister to me.
Yep.
And this girl, she gonna come up with a scenario to ask me. She gonna ask me like something crazy. And I'll give her my answer based on the crazy experience that I've had. You know what I mean? And I didn't get that way from being perfect.
Right.
I was a mess. I still am. But like, you know, I'm much better.
Yep.
And I've grown, and you know I'm maturing and things like that. So look, I hope that this conversation brought, you know, some sort of peace for you to stop thinking about what you were thinking about all day and to think about something different, because it gave me peace to stop thinking about what I was thinking about all day and actually focusing on this. And I love when we talk about racial like things, because it gets me riled up, and like I'm happy that this is a place where we can actually talk about that.
Yeah, like listen,
I get judged a lot.
never around me.
No, I get
Because
judged.
I do not let that fly. I don't care if you're a stranger. I'll check you quickly.
Yeah, I get judged. I get prejudged a lot
Yes, you do.
being in white spaces.
Yes, you do.
But I'm comfortable with who I am. And once people get to know me, like literally,
But it's the same thing with me too, though. I get judged a lot being
but it's different.
how.
It's different because you're white.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's this
I'm talking about when I'm around black
preconceived
people.
notion. I know, but there's this preconceived notion of like how black people are just so terrible.
Yeah,
have
and
been,
guess
right?
what? It's the same thing on the black end too.
I know, but it's just different. Like, it's like,
It's not.
you don't think it is?
Absolutely not.
You know
if
what?
not, how would you like to be called a bigot for no reason other than you don't have a racist bone in your body, but immediately
Who called you a bigot? Who would call you a bigot? You got a black wife.
if
Oh,
they
you
don't
mean like-
know that,
Oh, okay.
like, and do you like how would you like it, to me that's one of the worst things you would be called.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a hateful person at all. Like, I make funny remarks about everyone. Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
just don't stick to one particular race, or I
that's
make
true.
fun of everybody, white people included.
Yeah, that's true.
And it also, it you know, I get judged sometimes too because they think I'm darker, I'm dark.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
people think I'm Arab. People, you know, like I
They
get
do.
judged off of that.
They do.
Listen, after 9/11, I was stripped butt naked at the border going into Canada. This is why I never ever decide. Once that happened, I was never going back because it happened like maybe 2 weeks after 9/11. They
They
literally
thought you were Arabian.
took me, left my sister. Yeah, left my sister in the waiting room, took me and literally stripped me butt naked.
Bye, Selena. Have a good night.
All because they thought I was Arab. I'm like, what is going on right now? And it didn't even dawn on me till I walked out and my sister said something to me. I'm like, oh, well, I'm never coming back here again. So that, like, I'm judged just because I'm darker.
Like a darker white person.
Yeah. So, but would you like it if you were called a hateful person for no reason other than the color of your skin?
No.
Huh.
Like racist.
Yeah.
Like, oh, all white people are racist.
Yeah.
Even though you're not.
And not in the least. Or how about when I'm standing around a group of white people and they start saying racist stuff? That's when you start getting into funny territory.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable.
And I'm like, all right, you're going to find out something about me right now.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I let it
Does
rip.
that ever happen when you've been
Oh,
married
yeah.
to me? Really?
Especially around a bunch of white guys. Get a bunch of white guys, especially older ones.
Oh, promise. Yes, I did see this. Hold on.
Oh.
Wait, you
Yes,
wanna-
I'm sorry. I saw that too.
I
and
did
meant
too. Okay. So, okay. Experience life.
Wait,
Imagine
experience
me.
life? Experience life. I got something to go along with the last thing you said about guns. So don't let me forget. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Are you going to read this?
Oh, first, let me go. All right, we'll go
No,
to
this has
promise
to do-
first.
No, experience life first.
Okay, well,
And then promise. Promise. I see your question. We're going to get to this next. But this goes
imagine
with...
me being a black girl where half my family is white due to my mom's adoption by white people.
I've been
I've
called...
been called fake black, mixed girl, Oreo. I love both sides of my family, but still. And we have children
that are mixed.
that are mixed. We have, you know, and we teach them to celebrate both. Like, listen, at the end of the day, you let anybody say whatever it is. A, they're ignorant. B, once they get to know you, they'll realize how dope you really are. Especially our son, who's just got this glow about him that everybody just trips over. And
His
we
face.
totally understand where you're coming from. And then she said, hold on, because I want to rewind
Should we
this.
let them meet Duty?
Yeah, you want to see, I guess, you guys
Lick your
want to
lips.
see
Come
River?
here. You guys want to see River? Come here.
You don't want to get on my G?
Come here. You nervous?
Go ahead. Oh, he's turning red.
Y'all want to meet River?
Go ahead.
Come here. He's sleepy. Come
yeah,
here.
he's tired. And... Go ahead, my guy.
Come here.
Hurry up, everybody's waiting on you.
Come.
You just giggling.
Hurry up.
Yes, you do.
Lick your lips. Now, let me make sure you good. All right, let me see you. Can't be looking crazy on here. Okay, stop.
Now they just look glossy. Come on.
Y'all want to read real quick, real quick.
Come on.
This is River.
You can't see him. There he is.
Can you see him? Hold on. Why
That's
I can't
my
see
guy
him?
right there.
He don't have no teeth, y'all.
Missing them 2 front teeth. He didn't listen. Mommy knocked him out.
Okay.
All
He
right, my
cracking
G.
up. All right, buddy.
All right,
That's
so
all for now.
listen, Experience Life had one, and what was crazy, they said gun violence in my country, neighborhood majority black, is getting so bad it's crazy, and guns are not even legal here. I saw an article where the police was asking the mafia to intervene, and she's in Montreal. Her mafia is ran by buffaloes.
What?
So they
Where are you
originally-
reading?
Right here.
Who is it?
Experience Life. So we're actually not too far away from you, and it's crazy how things are like, and even in places, this is supposed to show you
Said your
that
hands.
you can't stop. Listen, everybody yells gun control, and take away guns. Well, guess what? When you take away guns from legal people who own them, guess who owns them? The illegal guns.
Mm-hmm.
And you find it
Where
on the
did you
street.
even find? I don't even have that on here. I thought you were talking about Promise's other question.
No, I went to Experience Life. She had another one that I meant to point out.
Oh.
You know.
Oh,
make
this was
that
up in the
comment.
chat.
Yeah. So Promise has a question. I asked, is it okay to consider a man's finances if you're considering marrying him? That's a good question. Promise, you always got really good questions.
So, yeah.
I'll give you know what? We're gonna give both sides to this.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna read it again. I asked, is it okay to consider a man's finances if you're considering marrying him? It's only right that you consider a man's finances. How he gonna take care of you?
Well, here's the thing though, wife. Let me give you this one. What if this is the man that God has for you, and you guys aren't supposed to have money separately because you build it together? Oh, you just loving the camera, huh? You went from I don't want to go on to let me kiss you through the phone.
I know.
It's an old song. My guy.
So, you know, wait a minute. So
He's a mama's boy.
you mean to tell me? Okay, what did you just say?
What if? All right, boy, you're distracting your mama.
I know. So come on. You said, what if God don't want you? No.
Wait, what?
So what are you saying? He don't have no job when God's not gonna allow a man to find a wife without no job, without no no. What are you talking about?
Jeez, you know what? There's a girl right now who's watching old video, and she's coming at me about tithing.
What?
Yeah, I
Where
swear.
are you getting
It
this
just
stuff
popped
from?
up on my feed. We're literally on live right now, and she's yelling, or she's trying to correct me on something a comment that I made on YouTube.
Husband, let's focus. What are you talking about?
They're doing me crazy. Okay, so what if this is the man?
He tired.
No, that just popped up on my thing.
Okay, what
Stop
if?
bringing it up. What if this is the man that God has chosen for you to marry? He's not supposed to have money like that. You guys are supposed to make it together.
No. Absolutely no. Immediately no. Absolutely no. So the thing is,
Like, I'm not saying marry a bum.
Okay, because that's what it sounds like.
No,
you're saying.
I'm saying he works and everything, but he's not completely financially set up. He's going to work every day. Let's use he's a construction worker. He gets up 9 to 5, goes to work every day, but he doesn't have tons of money in the bank.
Okay. Then he is not really married. He's not really ready to be married, right?
No, not necessarily.
I mean, okay, so my thing is, when you decide to get married, you have to be financially stable. If you can't take care of yourself, then it's not the season for you to be getting married. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel
just
like
saying.
our situation was different because you had money when I married you.
Yeah.
And God said,
God
okay,
said, "Oh, empty your pockets."
yeah. And he said that because you were so arrogant,
Yeah, that's
so
true.
prideful,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
you still hang on to money like it's no tomorrow.
I never used to hang on to money like that. I blew money like it was water. Like I would dump out a bottle of water back then. I think that going through the things we went through made it so I'm afraid to spend money.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the thing is again, when we married,
I'm not saying no.
You had
I'm just
money.
making a counter. I'm just
And-
making a counter argument to it.
yeah. But
I don't
there's
believe
absolutely
what I'm saying. I don't. But like, if a guy, listen, if you, this is no. See, now I gotta stand up here for men. If
now I
this
gotta
dude-
stand up.
If this dude, if he is a good man, he won't cheat on you. He won't do you dirty. Nothing. He gets up every day. He works an honest job. Works his behind off. Comes home every night to you. And because he doesn't have $50,000-$60,000 in the bank,
Most people don't. when
okay,
they get
he doesn't
married.
have 5,000 in the bank. You don't marry him because of that. That's crazy. Here's this good. He doesn't make a ton. He makes, I don't know, $600 a week, and he comes home. He pays his bills, and then at the end he might have
So he's responsible.
He's
He's
responsible.
financially responsible.
Yes.
He's just not making enough.
correct.
Okay, well, so he has a good work ethic.
Yes.
Okay, we can work with that.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, well, you made it sound like he was a bum.
No, I wasn't saying that. Maybe it came out wrong. What
It
I'm
came
saying
out
is,
very wrong.
if he doesn't have he doesn't have a savings account, but he's paying his bills. He gets up every day and goes to work. He's a good man. He does everything he can do possibly to put food on the table.
He has potential.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
So
potential.
to look at to aim and zero in on his finances, you might be passing up the best thing that ever happened to you because
Yeah.
right now he
In this
doesn't
season.
have it.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that he's not going to.
Yeah, but now we're speaking about work ethic. Because a man without a work ethic is crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
But you didn't say, you said, okay, if he...
But I put that one to bed because it came out wrong. That's why I painted the picture of this guy who wakes up, blah, blah. Well, I put that one to bed, so just ignore that one.
Okay.
And the thing that I just said.
Right.
You get a guy, good work, gets up.
That is potential. That we could work with.
But, so you're, but
A
you
man
just
with
said,
a man with a work ethic has the potential to make as much as he wants, as much as he can provide for you. You get what I'm saying?
But you're contradicting what you just said.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
You said in the beginning.
Oh, stop going to the beginning.
Okay, so what else am I supposed to go to?
Stop going to the beginning.
Okay.
Go to what I just see. No, you're not. Y'all ain't getting off the
How
hook
am I
this season.
contradicting what I just said? How am I contradicting what I just said?
Even Franny's going, I thought we don't marry on potential.
No, I didn't say marry on potential.
No,
That's
but
not what I
You're
said.
saying he has potential.
He has potential, but
I would
if he-
say
stop.
Don't pay attention. Don't pay attention to the finances.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention to the work ethic behind it.
That's what I just said.
I know, but that's why I.
No, you don't never marry somebody's potential. No, I would never say that. I said that has potential. He has potential.
You marry his...
A guy who can work is a guy who can
if he's
provide.
Exactly.
That's
so
what
he
I'm
might
saying.
not have... What the question is...
When I married you, you were up at 4 a.m. every morning working, doing what it is you did. 4 a.m. like clockwork.
Yeah.
That was work ethic. And I knew that you would be able to provide for
Right.
me.
But the question is, is it okay to consider a man's finances?
Yes.
Finances means money in the bank.
No.
Yes.
Finances could be seasonal.
Oh, you're getting nitpicky.
I'm being real. Because guess what?
The word
finances
means money in the bank.
Well, if y'all dating, how would you know how much money the bank is?
Because you can tell by... Listen, you can tell by the places you're going out to eat. You could tell by the things that he's doing with you.
Listen, I'm going to speak for me. If you could not provide for me, there will be no you and I. Period. Finances, money in the bank, any of this technical, whatever crap you trying to get at. This direct answer. Ain't no direct answer. If you could not provide for me, we would not be married.
Correct.
If you did not have a work ethic, we would not be married.
Correct.
Period.
Right.
So yes, you should consider finances.
So you're saying,
Oh, okay, that's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
You're saying it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make, yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say.
But when you say finances, if a man can make $600 and you're a good woman, you'll make sure that he can make $1,200.
Yes.
Like if you're a woman, like, and you're looking at the table, what could you bring? Could you help him double up that money?
Right.
I've done that.
She has.
But anyways,
but what I'm saying to you is
yeah, if the man has potential to,
not potential, work ethic.
Okay, if he's working a job where he's making $600
and he's getting up every day.
And he's getting up every day.
Yep.
He can go out and make $1,200 a week.
That's what
if you push him.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't pay attention to the finances. You pay attention to the work ethic and the things that he's willing to do.
Right.
Because all the other stuff comes, especially when you
especially
have a
the
good
money.
Woman.
Especially the money. The money gonna come if if y'all both working together to push him to do better, to want more.
A lot of times what a man needs is the woman, because the woman gives him the push.
Biblically, the woman gives him favor.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Biblically.
that's what I'm saying, the push, favor, whatever. But if you strictly pay attention to his finances, you may miss a very good man. But if you pay attention to his work ethic, you can never go wrong. Because a man that is willing to get up every day and do whatever he has to do to put food on the table is a good man.
And this could go a whole opposite way too, because a lot of females these days are focusing on finances, and that man is not getting that money the right way.
That's why I'm trying to...
So that's what you're saying about the finances. Oh.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, I get it now. So you're saying don't focus on the finances. Okay, I get it.
Like, these women are focusing on these
on getting a man with money.
Exactly.
And he's not getting it legally.
If there's a young man who
now he's going to jail, but y'all married.
If there is a man who has a ton of money and he is young, way too young to be having that sort of money, 9.9 times out of 10, he is doing something extremely illegal to get that money.
Right.
And then guess what? When he goes away, you will be filing it for a divorce because you ain't riding with him
No.
over that 10, 15, 20-year sentence.
No.
Because they give big numbers out
Okay,
now.
so now I understand the whole like finances thing.
Like, you get a man
Because
who,
I was thinking just money in general, but
no.
like, okay.
You pay attention to how that man, and this
How he
is something
works.
I would tell my daughters. You pay attention to how this man works.
So what do you say to a woman who is paying attention to finances and he is getting it illegally? And
You need to stay away from him at all costs.
so technically I shouldn't even be married
You
to
shouldn't.
you.
You shouldn't. You should. I was supposed to be the person you married because of other reasons. But what did you say to me when we got married?
It was before we got married.
Before we got married.
Yeah. Whatever you're doing, you're done.
Whatever you're doing,
Yep.
you need to stop immediately because I am not. Guys, listen, I'm not going to sit here and paint myself as an angel. I was a bad person. My wife saved my life. I will not deny it. Okay?
This is
I promise you, I'd be in prison as we speak. So, but within my doing wrong, nobody outworked me.
right.
I was up at 4 a.m. making collections. Like, I didn't play around. And that in itself, the work ethic, even though what I was doing was wrong, I could do anything with that work ethic. All I needed was to learn the legal way to do it.
Right. Legally.
And I never, in my thing was never drugs. So if you're thinking I was a drug dealer, I wasn't.
No.
I did wrong things. That's all we'll go with. And so,
I did wrong things.
yeah.
Right.
That's, so my work ethic, all I needed to do was learn how to do something legally. And once I figured that out, you would never stop me.
Right.
So, and that's why I'm telling her the finances, put that to the side.
Yeah, like I don't know what I feel like I was like interpreting what you were saying wrong. Because once I said about a woman looking at a man's finances and he got it. He had it. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden
And you know what happened, guys?
he loses it.
I had it.
Yeah.
I had it. Okay? And guess what happened? Because I
lost it.
didn't know how to conduct myself when money wasn't coming in anymore because I was so used to it coming in the way it was. I didn't know how to live. We blew through all the money in the blink of an eye and had nothing.
Ugh.
And I had to rebuild with nothing. I went from the top, tippy top, to the lower
very
than
low.
the bottom.
To the very low. Yeah.
And I was in the place underneath the place that people go when they hit rock bottom.
Yeah, and you know what? I feel like to this day, like I feel like that was God. Like ain't no illegal money.
Yeah.
No, y'all gonna blow all of this.
So-
and we gonna build from scratch.
And guess what? It was one of the hardest things I ever had to do. So if you want to go through all the heartache and hurt and pressure and struggle, yeah, go be with that man who's making that illegal money. See how that turns out for you. Because the younger the guy is with the amount of money, the more illegal he is. So within all that, pay attention to the work ethic. If this man is getting up every day and he's going to work,
It's
and
the
doing
work
his
ethic.
thing,
Yeah.
like that was the one you would not out hustle me, ever.
That's
Like-
true. He's still like that.
I would stay up with her all night and get up and say, okay, I gotta go. It's 4 a.m. She's working the night shift. I'm like, I gotta go, do whatever it is I have to do. Like, that's what you marry. You marry that.
Yeah. Yeah, but take it into consideration a little bit.
Like, and a lot of times, a man wants to do better for his wife.
Absolutely.
He wants to give you more.
Do you think you can be extremely rich and still be one with God? I don't think so. If so, it's rare because
You are an
I
anomaly.
highly doubt it.
I can't even begin to tell you how arrogant I was. The arrogance was unreal. And when you had
And he still is. Sometimes that I have to check it.
yeah, sometimes the tiger gets out of the cage, but she puts it back real quick. Because you're so used to being the
This
one
smells
that
so
everybody
good.
looks at, you almost look at yourself as a god within your own world, and you can't have two gods. And even the people that I know that have super money and claim that they love Jesus act that way. Bro, you got to be chewing like that.
He is just really bugging me,
So-
freaking me out with this salami over here.
So I don't know. The topic of men in prison.
No, I don't.
Franny said the topic of men
That's
in
why.
prison. It's
Wait.
sad. Oh, go ahead.
I wanted to finish this one.
Go ahead.
That's why it's very rare that, like, God wants us to be blessed, but He also know that everybody can't be rich. You know what I mean? What is rich? What is rich?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what is it?
I've
Having
been-
how much in the bank
I've been richer with you than I was my entire life
with all that money?
with all that money. Hands
Wow.
down. Without even, I wouldn't even, if you were to set it all in front of me and ask me to choose between you two, I would choose you every time.
Wow.
You've given me more happiness and joy than that money could ever give me. You gave me something, you gave me the one thing that nobody else could give me.
Wow. Very dope.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. So you saying rich is more than just money.
Absolutely.
Rich is, again, it's the things you feel.
Yep.
The money is a bonus. It's just,
And money takes all your bad things and exacerbates it.
yeah.
It takes the worst parts of you and grows them.
Yeah, and it's like, if you are susceptible to doing drugs because it's in your bloodline, when you rich, oh, you gonna do drugs.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Without a doubt.
you gonna drink.
Yep.
You gonna ho.
Yep.
You get it?
I did the worst things you could possibly imagine.
Is it late? Because I'm
Yes.
tired.
But Franny said something I want to get to.
I am tired. Okay.
The topic of men in prison. It's sad, like just thinking of a man and just when they have learned but still locked up cannot continue to grow
In
their
their
manhood.
manhood.
Let me tell you, I've been locked up. And there are some really, really good men in prison and are unfairly there. It's disgusting what our justice system does to men. Mm-hmm. There are
It breaks them down.
some of the best men that I've met have been in prison. And they made a mistake. They messed up. They know they messed up. They
And
will
they'll
be
never
the
get
first
out.
one to tell you they messed up. And what kills me is they actually have something to contribute to society.
Mm-hmm.
Great things they could contribute to society, but they'll never be allowed to because they're stuck behind a wall of a decision they made when they were usually young, stupid boys.
Are they usually black?
Usually. Most
Most
of them.
Yeah.
And the way that it's set up in prison where you can only eat with a certain group. Mm-hmm. You can only talk on a certain phone.
So is racist in there?
Oh, Race is what it's built on.
Race is how you survive in there.
Yeah, like,
Crazy.
and luckily for me, I didn't have to deal with any of that stuff because I never associated with, like, I just, I was cool with everybody and did my own thing. But, like,
Is who white, Christina?
yes, I'm white.
Oh, you?
Yeah,
I don't know.
in capital letters. Is he white?
I know. She's screaming at us. Oh my gosh, I'm cracking up. Okay.
So,
It's a question in there for you.
yes, it is terrible what this government does because there are bad people that belong there.
Right.
Bad people. The worst of the worst.
And then there's
But
some that need
there
like a
are
lifeline.
some that are good people, made a mistake, and deserve to go home to their family. Because they can offer something to society. A lot of times they feel like there's these people that just got thrown in a garbage can. And they feel it. They feel that in there.
Yeah.
They feel like they've been thrown in a garbage can and life just, because you forget about them eventually.
Yep.
Okay, what if a man... Stephanie. What if a good man has a good work ethics, loyal, trustworthy, honest, and faithful, but he doesn't put the effort to pursue the woman? Would he be worth having in your life? A lot of times, he doesn't pursue the woman because he feels as if he's not worthy. He feels there's something in him it's normally a self-conscious thing.
So he's insecure.
I know a bunch of guys like this that they're afraid to go up and say something. Or afraid to pursue it because what if I mess it up? What if this happens? What if that happens? What if I'm not good enough?
Wow, men are that insecure?
Absolutely. Absolutely 100%. Most of them won't tell you because it breaks that line of what a man is.
So what if he acts like, he is the prize? You get what I'm saying?
But a lot of that is because they're self-conscious
they really don't
about
feel like
themselves.
they are.
They project it, but don't really feel like that inside.
Stephania, you hear that, girl?
Like they put it out there, but they don't feel like that for real. And the people that do it and put that front out there are definitely the ones that feel like that
That are
inside.
insecure.
So if you break around
They don't feel like they deserve a good woman?
like
it's like self-sabotaging?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
At 1,000%.
Wow.
So if you can break that shell and you can get around that barrier, he will be like the loyalest dog you've ever had. Because he knows you see him. Mm-hmm. When you look at him, he'll feel like you're looking at him naked. I feel that way with you sometimes. I feel like you see me in ways that I would never tell anyone. Right. And essentially, that's looking at your soul, your naked soul.
Right.
And if you can break
that,
it's deeper than that. And that's why there's never been infidelity in our relationship. That's why I don't cross certain lines, because you see me in a way that nobody else did. Do you get it?
I get it. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it promise that men that think that they are the prize are the worst. Those are the men that are so they're so self-conscious that all they can do is put this wall up to try to create a barrier between you and him, so that you can't realize his flaws.
That's terrible.
You can't see what he's hiding.
Right.
He's afraid to show it. So he puts up this barrier in between you two as that prize.
I know a lot of guys like that.
Yeah.
Very, very like...
And a lot of times it's because the mother did that to him.
What did she do to him?
Like, she put him down. She made him feel like this.
Oh.
So now he's projecting it on every woman.
How did she... Wait, whoa. Because this just got deep, too. Because I was asking you earlier about our son.
Yeah.
So what did she do?
But, see...
No, not our son. Let's keep it here.
Okay.
So what could have the mother have done to mess him up?
Making him feel like You ever notice
Like he was less than or something?
You ever notice that I go around and I constantly, no matter what, am telling my son things, praising him for everything.
Stop. Look at me.
For everything, every little thing. Like even the things that
I do
he's
too.
subpar in, I'm constantly feeding it. Because if you're not doing that, then he's thinking you think the opposite.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Okay,
if
he
you're
never
not
got
saying
that.
it, right? He never got it. So if you draw a
Reassurance.
picture, if you draw him if River draws us a picture and hands it to us, what do? Oh my! This is the best picture in the world.
I've ever seen.
Where
Right.
some parents don't do that. They're not like that, and they're like, yeah, all right, great.
So then they grow up into these men who never allow a woman to get that close to them to
Right.
make them feel,
Exactly.
oh, that's terrible. Okay, mental note taken. Because when I'm raising a son, like I need to know this
Yeah,
stuff.
but you know what? But it's different in this situation because both parents are in the house. The dad's there.
I know, but it's also kind of the same because
True.
a mama can damage
True.
a son.
Oh, absolutely.
don't-
Mothers have more. You have
More pull in that
influence
area,
in that
yeah.
area than anyone else. Like if you want your son to grow up and marry a good woman, be a good mother.
Right.
Be a good mother because your son is going to base every woman off of you.
Love on him.
Absolutely. And it's
The
vice
hugs, the
versa.
kisses, they matter.
Yes, absolutely. They matter.
The affection
Hugs
matters.
and kisses for a little boy, for a young man, matter more than anything in this world from a mom. Just like it's the same thing with a
With the
daughter and a
daughter.
father.
Right.
I've never laid my hands on my daughter because I don't, not spankings, no nothing, because I don't want my daughter to think that a man should ever put his hands on her. My wife does that punishing with my daughter. I'll handle stuff with my son, but I treat my daughter a certain way so she grows up and wants to.
Close the fridge.
This is the type of man that she's trying to emulate. River, get out of the fridge.
Like, bro. Yeah, so, wow. Okay, so mothers have so much influence, and you can either
Absolutely.
make or break
Absolutely.
your boy.
If your son grows up and marries a woman that you just can't understand why he's with her, you need to rewind
It's
the tape
opposite
and
of
take
you.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Like you
And that would. Okay, I'm gonna tell you when we off live.
Yeah.
That would explain.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, right. I know what you're talking about. Exactly.
Are you serious?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
You want to know, you rewind the tape and look at how you treated him when he was a child. And then you can figure out why it is the way it is. Do that.
Wow. So, a mom can, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
crazy.
You
So-
are your son's first.
Love his first wife.
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay, so what if the man has a good work ethic?
Wait, I want to stick with this real quick.
Loyal,
Well, let me
I wanna
just
make
stick
sure
with
we
this.
we
We'll get to
answered
that.
it.
But wait, here, you know, and this is the biggest issue I see mothers making. You think you have to make your son tough by not giving him the affection and treating him a certain way. I'll tell you what, you want to make a boy tough, you love on that boy, you kiss that boy, you hug that boy, you tell him how much, and his chest will grow 1,000,000 times bigger
Yes.
when he feels like you're under attack. You want to watch him get tough? Let somebody come around you and act crazy. And watch that little boy. I don't care how young he is. Watch that little boy grow into a giant for you.
Can I tell you a secret?
Huh?
Can I tell you a secret what your son told me the other day?
What?
So, do you remember when I took our son to my nephew's football game? And the other day, literally like about two days ago, we sitting on the bed, he goes, Mommy, remember I'm sorry. Remember when when we went to DJ's game, I'm like, yeah. He's like, and remember all those guys were looking at you?
Yep.
And I'm like, River, no, I don't. I just remember the game. Well, they were looking at you.
Yeah.
And when I went on a trip, and he's like, Mom, please do not meet Chris Brown when you're there.
Yep.
I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? I don't want you to marry Chris Brown. I'm like, I'm married to Daddy.
Yeah, right.
So our son is so funny, and he's very observant.
Yeah.
He didn't like
Watch
whatever he saw. I don't know what he saw.
Watch your son turn into a giant for you.
He remembered everything. He's like, yeah, and I was
Yeah,
there. And I'm like, and remember we went to the stand and got
Because
some food. He
you're
remembered
his
everything.
first wife.
Yeah.
You are literally the future woman that he's gonna be with is gonna be because of you. And then you know, these moms think, oh, I gotta toughen him up. No, you don't.
Right.
He'll be tough for you,
Mm-hmm.
and that just makes me
So we
drives
doing it
me
wrong.
crazy.
Women are doing it wrong.
You think you know how to raise this young man, and in reality, you have no
Destroying
idea. And you should have, if the father's not in the picture, you should have sent him with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
That video I sent you.
Oh
yeah. Brandy, yes. The video you sent me.
So Stephanie, I hope I answered that. If
Yeah.
you're still here.
Would he be worth having in your life? Yes. Because there's obviously some barriers that he may even want you to break down.
Yep.
But he don't know how to do that.
Yep.
He don't know how to say that. Oh, that's terrible.
Yep.
All right. Okay, we've been on here for... What time is it?
It is 11 o'clock.
No wonder I'm so giggly. I'm
still reading
tired.
this. Is he white in capital letters? I keep reading it over. My eyes just keep automatically going. To
I know.
that.
Am I black? I don't know.
Am I?
Am
You
I?
find out I was lied to my whole life.
I know. Am I black?
I'm gonna be mad.
Are you white?
Right. I'm still stuck on this person arguing with me.
Oh my goodness, stop it. Okay, all right, let's pray out because Lord Jesus, help us all. Okay. I'm so tired. Okay, I gotta go to sleep. All right, Lord Heavenly Father, I thank you. I thank you for your grace. I thank you for your mercy. I thank you for your kindness. I thank you for this live. This was everything that I needed and more. I thank you for giving me what I needed tonight, Lord. I hope that this was what somebody else needed. You know, some laughs, some insight, some a different viewpoint of things. I hope that this was what someone needed tonight. So thank you for everybody who joined into this live tonight. I thank you for everybody who continues to join into this live or these lives and the channel. I thank you that we have a place to just be transparent. I thank you that we can just gather in fellowship with one another. I thank you for all that you're doing and all that you're going to do. I ask that you will protect us throughout the rest of the week, throughout the rest of the month, and throughout the rest of the year, Father God. I thank you in advance for all that you're doing and all that you're going to do. In Jesus' mighty, holy, and precious name, I ask these things. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. I cannot believe it's 11 o'clock. I am beat.
I'm so mad there's no milk and
I
I
am
ain't
going to
having my
sleep.
cereal tonight.
It's got to be a store open.
I am not leaving the house. All right, y'all.
All right.
Now
I
y'all
love
know
y'all.
I ain't eating my cereal tonight, so I'm going to bed.
You can eat
Angry.
your donuts. Good night. I love you.
All
Bye.
right, y'all.